We're live.
Hello, and welcome to the 30th episode of the Destiny Community Podcast, brought to you by Blue Microphones. This week, there's no weekly update.
Nope.
There's
rip update.
There's like no news. I am fully moved in here in this apartment.
Congratulations.
Basically now.
I don't see any trash on your bed though.
Oh, it's all under the covers. I specifically took all the garbage and just put it underneath the covers so we could, have the real authentic experience here.
Holtz, are you saying you sleep with trash?
Yes, he does.
You kind of walked into that one, man.
I know.
He's from Texas.
I was gonna have a witty
But
comeback,
Dado was there yesterday, so what you say?
Yeah, Dado did sleep on the bed all yesterday. It was amazing. He just came over to use my internet because his wasn't working, and then 5 minutes he was just out, and he slept for about 2 hours. Just didn't.
Nice.
How is his transition so far going to Seattle? Have you noticed what is his attitude, and is he happy?
Yeah,
he's totally changed.
Okay.
He's a hipster.
That's good.
He's gluten-free and organic now.
Yeah, I found Dado just randomly wandering in a Whole Foods parking lot, just comparing the serving sizes of tofu. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Also, if you guys
believe they don't have Whole Foods in LA.
Wait, what? No, they got Whole Foods in LA.
All right. I think it's time to introduce our guest because he did ask a question over here. For those, MACM, hello, welcome to the podcast. For those who don't know who you are, tell us what you do. Where can we find you?
Okay. Saludos todo el mundo. Saludos a Patrick. Saludos a Tefi. Saludos a Rabbit, Popper y 1000 Watts. Soy de San Juan, Puerto Rico. Tengo 27 años. Hago stream de Destiny. Me enfoco en Trials of Osiris. Y estoy muy agradecido de que me hayan invitado a este podcast.
Bien. Bien.
Sí.
¿En inglés?
Hello, everybody in the chat. I am MACM or Miguel Ángel Colón Mártir. That's just my initials. My ID is my initials. I am 27 years old. I stream Destiny. And as a part-time, I have a full-time job as a quality control associate. And I'm really, really, really grateful to be invited to this podcast. So thank you guys so much
for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I think you are our first guest that is not from an English speaking country. I don't think.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we've had Maloney on.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have had Maloney.
Yep.
Does that count?
Yeah, she's German.
Yeah, German's not English speaking.
It's true.
Yeah.
Technically, right.
The first Latin American.
Yes.
There you go.
For sure.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, so are you a full-time? You mentioned you're a quality control.
Quality control associate. Yeah, I've been working in the pharmacy industry for 3 years now.
Okay.
That's my full-time job, and I stream Destiny just for a hobby, a part-time, and yeah.
Awesome.
I love both things. I love.
So are you more of a PvPer or a PvE player then?
My channel focus exclusively on PvP. When I stream, I only stream PvP, specifically Trials of Osiris. I help people reach the lighthouse. Surprise, surprise. But when I play PvE, I play PvE off the stream, and it's whenever there's a new DLC and a new content, that's when I grind PvE. Otherwise, I'm just full PvP guy.
So what I'm hearing is that you can hook me up with some of those nice Mexican pharmas. The pharmaceuticals from Mexico is what I'm hearing. Are you guys hearing the same thing?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I was just trying to worm my way into a free trials carry.
Oh, I was going big. I'm going for the blues, the greens, and you just.
I don't care about any of that. I live in Seattle now.
Oh, thinking I'm like Walter White or something come on.
He'll give you the first trials carry for free, but the second one that's going to cost you.
Oh yeah.
He's a tough character. I was like, hey, so I tried to pull a fast one on him. I said, so it's a tradition that every guest on the podcast needs to run me through trials the week prior, right? And he's like, he just stonewalled me, man. He gets
silence.
Like he gets hit up all the time for that. I imagine.
It's like let me buy some Bengay first.
I know, man. That was
How'd you
rude.
get your start streaming?
What? I started streaming Destiny exactly the second week of Trials of Osiris. I remember
Oh, cool.
it was the Pantheon, and that's when I like full grind Destiny streaming. I used to stream before that Call of Duty, but it was like whenever friends were like, "Oh, well, we want to see a stream," and just open the stream and let's have fun in your stream. But it wasn't something serious. I started like grinding streams the second week of Trials of Osiris.
What was your favorite Call of Duty? Which one resonates with you?
That's really easy. That's COD 4 by far, and I put in a lot of hours in that game. It was nothing like COD 4, man. Nothing like COD 4.
I can agree with that one there. I actually played COD 4.
Imported WW2 at all? Have you seen the trailer for it?
I've seen the trailer. I think it's a really good game. So by the trailer, I mean it looks good, but I'm not gonna buy it. I'm done. with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call of
Done with
Duty
the franchise.
Ghosts was my last COD game. I just think it's just the same.
Now,
And when that Destiny 2 is gonna come out, so
Yeah.
I already know I'm gonna be like full-time Destiny.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like the hype
That's
is too
true.
much.
Yeah, comes out in September and then COD's in November.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna still be
what?
busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been saying this. This always happens though with me when it comes to COD. I see it, I'm like, not interested. And then the end of October, I start seeing it again. I'm like, what if it is actually good? What if I do want to play that game? And then the night before, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in. I buy it, play it one day, and then regret it the whole year. So I'm really looking forward to buying Call of Duty World War II or World War II.
Yeah.
But there's always like time on Destiny. I mean, the first month of Destiny 2 is gonna be like a lot of hype, a lot of Destiny.
Yeah.
But there's always like this time which is really dry, the game. So you tend to like buy another games and try another games. But I know myself, I'm just gonna be completely addicted to the new Destiny game.
Yeah.
now, as far as Destiny goes, I was like, I know your name from somewhere.
Yeah.
Where could I have possibly seen your name from?
Well, most of the people know me for on Destiny Tracker, that site. The end of year 1 and most of year 2, I was the #1 DTR player for PSN. So most of the people know me from that site.
Nice.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's impressive. I do
So-
remember always seeing that.
So basically, it would be a tough 1v1 against you and me. We would actually trade kills versus me just killing you all the time, right?
I don't know about that though.
Yeah, I know. It's intimidating to 1v1 me, but if you're ever up for the challenge, I'll take you. I mean, I'll accept the challenge.
Yeah.
So, what class do you play? Even though
All right. So this is really important since this is like the uniqueness of my channel is the fact that I main the gunslinger. I've been maining the gunslinger since the day 1. When I played the alpha, that was my first character. Look at Pact with the throwing knife. Yeah.
yes.
Gunslinger brothers. Look at the spam with the guns. Yeah. So the gunslinger is my main class, and people come to my stream for the fact that I love throwing knives, and I'm really good with throwing knives. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's the mark of
That's
a
awesome.
proper gunslinger. It's the
Yeah,
throwing knives.
it is.
Yeah.
If you master the throwing knife, you can be a really, really, really dangerous player.
How do you what do you feel about the nerf that happened to trip mines?
It sucks.
Were you a trip mine player, or did you?
Yeah, I'm always a trip mine. Trip mine. I can use them offensively. I can use them defensively, and I think it was a necessary thing to do. I mean, no one was complaining about the trip mines, to be honest. But I mean, they know what they do. So, but I still use them. I still use them though. I feel that trip mines, if they're used in the right way, they can be really useful.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you prefer those over incendiaries?
Yes, when I'm playing like sweaties, I use incendiaries just because it's a sweaty, and I think it's effective on that type of plays. But when I'm playing trials or control, I think the trip mine is a lot better.
Do you think you like it better because of like controlling areas? So if it goes off, you can kind of tell what kind of action's going on.
Yeah, and in trials, I mean, one of the strategies I use for using a trip mine is whenever I'm in like a 1v3 on trials, I just drop a trip mine behind me, And as soon as I hear it pop, so I know the enemy is weak, and I just quickly turn him and one tap him.
Oh, nice.
You can just be smart with trip mines. And I already know, since I've been playing the Gunslinger since year 1, I know like in every single map, I know the exact spot, the exact great spot in each map.
Nice. Yeah. You can like also just like if you're in a 1v1 with someone, you can throw it behind them, and now the only place they can go is like forward. And usually they don't even. They're like, this guy missed their trip mine. Yeah. Exactly. Well, what other very big topic that we've had on the podcast here would be Latin American food, and we need to know this might be
no.
So Pope.
All right.
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to ask.
This is a great time to talk about this.
This is a perfect time.
This is an amazing time. We have an expert here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am here. Yes,
I'm an expert. I mean, I'm Latin American, and I eat Latin American food. And my favorite Mexican food is Taco Bell.
Oh my god,
makes sense.
There you go.
It's Taco Bell. I love those Doritos Locos, man. They're so good. They're tasty.
They're authentic, right?
Authentic.
You're setting back this podcast like months. You know that. Oh
Max is my new favorite guest.
You're acting like we made. You're acting like we made progress at all.
I thought we were done with this, and yet
it's not over.
I tried to escape, but they sucked me back in. Yeah, no, it's it's great. I'm glad that you like Taco Bell, Mac.
I love Taco Bell. It's authentic, like it's the real beef, real everything,
Mm-hmm.
See, I would have thought your favorite food would be Big Macs.
I mean, we have McDonald's on Puerto Rico, but I prefer authentic Mexican food, Taco Bell.
Yeah. That's great, you guys. I wonder how much you paid him, Patrick. Stop.
I didn't pay him anything. This is 2 gunslingers shooting the shit.
It's a class thing, then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You are the only Titan left, Poper.
The only sustenance I need is your anger, Pope, and let me tell you, it's tasty.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you I thought I was going to have a brother in arms in the quality of Latin American foods and how phenomenal they are, but apparently you've been brought to the dark side. So,
as the only podcast member to have confirmed eaten Taco Bell, you're skating on thin ice.
I saw that. Which was the podcast that you ate like the Taco Bell like really grossly?
I mean, really grossly. I don't understand.
It was like all over your beard and stuff.
That's a pretty great description.
I thought that's the way that since Latin people are full of passion. I thought that's the way they ate their food. No,
seems about right.
It's about right. You just
get it all over your beard and nose.
I get in there. I was trying to be authentic.
Oh my goodness!
It was really, really entertaining. So
no, I'm glad I did it for the lulz, obviously. But you know what? There is a Puerto Rican place right around where I used to live in San Ramon, and it had like plantains, right?
Plantains, yeah. You're talking about you're gonna go for mofongos, right? Mofongos, like fried plantains.
Oh my god,
they're so good. Actually,
they're so good, man. There's Puerto Rican food that is just insane. You guys know how to make food, man. Oh. Yeah.
I mean, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, like there's really a lot of flavor in our food.
For the uninitiated, what are plantains? Tell me about them. Are they what do they taste like?
I don't know how to say it in English, but it's oily.
Are they all sweet? Are they all sweet, or are they are they savory? What are they like?
They're savory. They're savory. It's plantain. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So,
that is really, really, really in Puerto Rican culture. Mofongo is like it's like up there, like one of the top food suite in Puerto Rico.
Nice.
And that's plantains basically. So
that's good, man. Yeah, I'd love to come visit you one of these days. That's probably this summer. I'm gonna head over to Cuba, and I love that culture down there, man. The music, the food, so good.
yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate your honesty about your favorite foods, so we can put that one to bed.
Favorite
right?
Mexican restaurant.
Thank you.
Favorite
you.
Mexican restaurant. Yeah. Great. I'm glad we did that, Patrick. Thank you.
No problem.
What's going on in the world of Destiny?
Well,
Sure.
Well,
Sure.
this week at Bungie was delayed, so we actually don't have anything to talk about.
We literally have nothing to talk about this
We don't
week.
even have an article that says, "Hey, we have news tomorrow about the news tomorrow." That's next week, but next month.
yeah.
But
Everybody's
later.
just looking forward to May 18th, right?
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
everybody wants to.
Mhm.
You know, we know what's in Destiny, right? Nothing's going to surprise us about Destiny at this point. Nothing in a weekly update can surprise us for Destiny 1. But Destiny 2, everybody's just laser focused at that game,
Yep.
and May 18th is right around the corner, and we just want to see the game in action. We want to finally find out what this thing is going to be.
Mhm.
There's been so much conjecture. You know, when I go over the Twitter questions every week, it's half of the questions are, what do you think is going to be in Destiny 2? What do you think the changes are going to be? What do you think
Yeah.
the weapons are going to be? You know, what about this? What about that? And it's like, it's so hard to answer because we haven't seen anything
Yeah.
about it yet, you know? So
Yeah.
it's even hard to speculate at this point.
Yep.
I'm just hoping like there's a lot of fresh stuff, like a lot of new stuff. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to see like the less I see things from Destiny 1, the better.
Mhm.
I want everything to be fresh and new,
Yeah.
a new experience. Because when Destiny 1 came out, it was like, wow, there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of grinding to do. And I've never seen something like this before. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. One of the
There's
things
been
ahead,
some rumors though, Briar, right?
what's that?
There's
Has
been
there?
some rumors of a Saturn social space.
Mhm.
Did you guys read about that?
No, I didn't hear
No.
about that.
No, I heard about it in the Twitter questions, but I didn't actually see where it was sourced
Yeah,
from.
where was that source from?
Yeah, nowhere. Conjecture out of somebody's butt, but we're going
Really?
to talk about it. Yeah, it was pulled right out of there. Who knows?
Dude, somebody
As a-
just
as a-
threw it up onto Reddit and was like, "Hey,
Just threw it, and I'm going to grab
Saturn
it off of
social
Reddit. And I'm going
space.
to Saturn
As
social
a side
space.
note, at some point, people are going to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this thing up there and then watch them talk about it on the Destiny Community Podcast
Sure.
because they got nothing right now.
It's, you know, it's
Yeah.
not the first time that we've seen like just a fake news article just hit Reddit.
yep,
You know, and they always like to mix in some stuff that we've already
We know.
seen rumored. Maybe Jason Schreier has talked about it. Like they like to mix it in, right? So it's stuff that you think you already know, plus some brand new out of left field stuff, and then. But we've already been to Saturn. I mean, we fought the Taken King.
Yeah.
Well, we've been to the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
We haven't been to any of the moons.
This, well, we
Yeah.
haven't been able to go to Saturn because Saturn is a gas giant, and Briar, there's no mass to it. Like, in
But
that
we
you
were
can fly
there.
it.
We literally were as close as
We
you
were-
could be to that planet.
we were on the
floating
rings.
around it.
We were on the
but
rings of
Saturn
Saturn.
Saturn has many moons, some of which are as large as Mercury.
Maybe we'll find Oryx floating on one of the
Ooh.
planets,
Yeah,
Oryx is
he
dead
and we'll
body.
go
floated
visit him
He
again.
floated off and grabbed onto one of the planets, and now he's
Yeah,
alive.
and he's
Now he's
yeah.
like
So,
a
like,
guardian
Maybe we can mine
playground.
them for rare earth minerals and build iPhones.
That'd be wonderful. Love it.
Yeah, maybe he's just like a merchant out
industries.
there.
Yes.
He's just chilling. He's not a bad guy anymore, and we go there to get our new technology
Oh.
from
So
Oryx.
Merchant
the rumor,
Oryx.
I think
the
this
rumor
is-
says that
think
it's
this is
gonna,
true.
that Saturn is gonna be a really large social space.
Really large.
That it, very large, larger than all of the social spaces combined.
Okay, which is 3 of them.
Okay,
Okay.
But
Right.
what about
Okay.
sorry to, but what about the Mercury, the lighthouse? You think that might be a social space
Oh, yeah, you're right.
eventually, or because
probably.
it's a lot of places on the lighthouse that
I
it can
I
be-
think it's
Yeah.
gonna play some part into the Osiris expansion.
Well,
I think you're gonna.
You know, you bring up a good point, Malcolm, because I'm expecting Destiny 2 to like bring all this new stuff and get rid of Destiny 1 essentially. Like that's kind of how we're thinking about this. Everything, we don't want anything reskinned whatsoever. But the lighthouse absolutely had spaces where we felt like those were
Yeah.
expansion parts. We're like,
Oh, yeah,
once we
for
go
sure.
back there, they're going to get rid of that Vex wall, and we're going to go down to the bottom and find some amazing Guardian gold and get all crazy about it, you know? And that can't happen in Destiny 1 anymore because it's going bye-bye. So are they going to bring the lighthouse back in Destiny 2? That's a good question.
I'm going to
Could it
confirm
be
it right
part
now.
of
Here.
like a PvE level? You know, like
Yeah.
we're all of a sudden we land on Mercury. We're in the middle of a PvE level, and holy shit, I recognize this place.
Oh, it's the lighthouse.
It's the lighthouse.
I'm going to
Who's that guy
confirm
walking around? Is
right
that-
now
Oh,
for
that's
Destiny
Traveler, never
2. Destiny 2 will have no PvP. Pope Bear confirms right now.
No PvP?
But it already says
No.
competitive.
Yeah, it says
No.
competitive on it. You've
On
been Shrek.
Yeah.
I'm just
Pope
trying to
Shrek.
start some you know, some
Why
scandal.
would you do that? MACM's like whole Twitch thing is all on PvP, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to
They're trying to ruin
put
us.
put my channel down? Come on, Pope. Come on.
They're gonna have competitive social spaces.
Okay.
We already have that though.
What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about being a? Do you guys think there's going to be an alpha or just a beta?
Ooh, we had this
beta.
discussion last
Oh,
week.
we had-
It was a
You
hot
know,
topic.
when there's gonna be an alpha. There's
gonna
gonna be an alpha.
Well,
right?
no, you know,
and
we
it's
should-
gonna be on.
Oh,
No.
boy.
We should have MACM weigh in on this, okay? If
Yeah.
there is
Okay.
going to be an alpha, assuming we get the gameplay reveal on May 18th, because that's what's what we know. When do you
Yeah.
think they would drop an alpha for us, and how are they going to drop it? What do you predict?
I agree with. I don't know who mentioned it on the one podcast, but I think after E3 they're gonna announce an alpha for a PS4 exclusive
Okay. All right.
after the E3.
All right.
Lies and conjecture is what
And
he's
it's gonna
say
be
now.
so
It
much
makes sense.
hype, and it's gonna be a lot of people playing it.
It would make sense because that's what they did with Destiny 1, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, Destiny 1 coincided with the reveal at E3. So we're getting a reveal on May 18th, guys.
May
That's true.
18th alpha drops. Boom.
May 19th is what I'm
Man.
saying.
I will go crazy if that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't remember what I
that's-
said
that's
last
next
week.
You
month.
said no alpha.
We are almost in May right now.
That's right.
So,
May is next Monday.
Yeah.
God, I just got more excited when you said that.
Next Monday is May. Destiny 2 reveal
and-
that month.
I literally
And-
had a
and
shot
what-
of adrenaline.
And
hit me.
another curious thing, like what's behind the door, the huge door on the reef, and the huge door on the tower, with where Seer sometimes stays for the
Big
inventory.
black door behind Zerg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of
gonna get
a lot of
destroyed.
curious things.
Crumbled. They're going to nuke that place. Cabal's going to come in and
the tower is gonna.
I think the Cabal are hiding behind there. They've been there this whole time, and they're just gonna be like,
they've been a sleeper cell chilling in the tower.
they're gonna be. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be in the tower, and then you're gonna hear a knock. You're gonna be like, what's that? And then the whole door is gonna come down, and you're like, oh, Destiny 2.
And there's Gary.
Gary. Gary. He's like, I'm taking the speaker job. And he's like, no. And all of a sudden, nuked.
You know what? The social spaces, I think, are gonna have to look different in Destiny 2.
Yes, I agree.
I think that they're gonna have to be incorporated into the world,
Mhm.
kind of like a Skyrim /
Division.
you know, like Division type environment where you're interacting with these social spaces out in the world. I think we're going to see a totally different game coming out in being shown live to us May.
I certainly hope so. There's been so much conjecture over the last 2 years about what Destiny 2 could be and like all the changes they could make. You know, now that they've seen how people played Destiny, right? And they've had 3 years to build it, or probably longer to build it. Like it'll be amazing to see like their interpretation of what we want, you know?
I agree.
What do you guys think they're going to show gameplay wise at the premiere? Do you think it's just going to be PvP? Do you think it's going to be a story? Do you think it's going to be like, what do you guys think we're going to get from gameplay?
I think they're gonna show a mixture of all those things you mentioned. I think it's gonna be a really long or trailer or gameplay, and they're gonna cover. I think they're gonna cover a lot of things on that May 18th gameplay. To be honest,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
and
to see them
that
take
that
a
will
page
send
out
like
of-
the hype like to another level. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a page out of Call of Duty's book where they kind of split it up. They'll do a campaign gameplay reveal, and then a few months later they'll do the PvP gameplay reveal. Like, so they split it up into 2 separate events. I wouldn't be surprised to see it do that, because it allows them to really, create multiple spikes of excitement.
Mm-hmm. I imagine we'll be seeing PvE. It's like, I don't know. It's easier to show PvE stuff. Keep in mind, like, all the early Destiny 1 stuff that we saw. It was like, here's the Devil's Lair strike, and they basically ran it up until the first, checkpoint thing, and they were killing the waves of enemies. It's like, all right, this is kind of giving you an idea. I imagine we'll see something along those lines.
Yeah,
I think they'll play the first strike, the first raid. And
raid.
First raid
all the way through.
All the way through. Yeah.
They're gonna do the reskin.
Which is okay. You'd think that'd be spoiler, but we are getting 6 of them in Destiny 2. So
true. Yeah.
I don't.
If there's one thing that I want, like, Destiny 2 to have that Destiny 1 doesn't have, being a PvP person, is like a ranked playlist. I don't know about you guys.
Definitely.
What is like the one thing that is not on Destiny 1 that you want on Destiny 2?
It'll be ranked for me.
Ranked,
I want ranked. I want ranked, but tied with like rewards, where you can get like certain armor pieces or a shader or a vanity item or something that shows your rank. No, that's not good enough.
Okay.
You want better than Overwatch?
You want better than Overwatch. All right.
Way better.
How does it how does it look with it being way better?
I want to have giant, beautiful, glittery butterfly wings for my hunter's cape to show that I have reached the top rank.
Get on it. Get on it, Bungie.
Yeah, yes. And then I want, how you have the emblem right now? I want there to be a border around the emblem that's like gold, silver, plaid, gold, or whatever. And it's animated.
Yeah, I would actually love to see emblems that are dynamic based on your achievements.
Yes.
Right? It's like you could have the base background for an emblem, which you could change out no matter what. Like if you can purchase one from Eververse, or you can get one from a raid or from Trials of Osiris. But then if it also like live, like they used to have your level on there, your light level, and your Grimoire score. And I think they took the Grimoire score off.
Yep.
Like it'd be nice if like it showed like, here's what your ranked playlist score is, and depending on the playlist you're in, it changes for the playlist, and that'd be really cool. Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
What about like custom emblems? Like you can customize your emblem, or you think it's like that is way too Call of Duty?
I've seen enough penises
like,
in my lifetime on Call of Duty game cards to.
I would love to like a Puerto Rican flag on my.
I'd like my Destiny experience to be swastika free.
Yeah, no swastikas, no penises, no like.
Understandable.
Boobs and like every Call of Duty is marred in this. Like, you think they're innocent because they give you a few numbers and some shapes to make some custom game. Leave it up to the throngs of little kids out there to be able to find a way to take 0 through 9 and make a penis out of it. It's just like.
With unlimited time, anything could be achieved.
I mean, 1 is already really basically it already. The number 1. It's really close.
That's true. You don't have to do much to it.
Yeah.
I thought it was number 2. Never mind. My bad. Yeah. So anyway, no custom. I like the idea of having a player card, though, that, like you're saying, Mac, that is maybe pre-designed. Like, say, for example, I've completed all the books in Destiny, right? Every book that I complete, my emblem card that I choose is my trophy card, for example. And that will have symbols on there that demonstrate every book that I've completed along the way. If I've been to the lighthouse, if I've, things like that. Crest. Is that what?
Like a coat of arms or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. If that's what you're talking about, Mac, I'm totally behind it.
Yeah. And something that is really good too, and I don't know if they're gonna do it, dedicated servers, because the lag is just
unbearable.
Bad. Yeah.
It's
painful.
Just make matchmaking better. Like the restrictions that they have on the level that you're playing at is still way too strict. Because I can find the same people every single day, even when they live nowhere near me. And there's definitely someone playing close to me, I feel like, that they can match me with, but they're just not in the rank. Well, now we're just going to find each other all the time, Patrick. I can find you when you're in Tennessee.
Connection
will
be
be awful.
Less lag,
all day.
less latency. That'd be closer. Yeah.
I would.
I think matchmaking needs to be fixed a little more.
Matchmaking needs to have some sort of rework because I was really surprised that even though, we a lot of us thought, we need to trim the playlist down because clearly the population is too small and spread too thin across everything. Mm-hmm. And then it's the exact same, even when the playlist.
I can't remember who's been tweeting it, but somebody's been tweeting like the daily population of Destiny in PvP, and it's 400,000 every day.
DTR
a lot of
people tweets it. Yeah,
that sounds like a lot of people. Okay, keep in mind that sounds like that's over the course of the entire day.
Yeah,
we don't know
multiple consoles,
and that's multiple consoles.
That's
so
true.
Just divide that in half.
Multiple continents.
Well, maybe we'll divide it in like a fifth.
Well, okay, we're gonna divide it in half just for the purposes of this exercise, and divide each one of those into the 6 playlists that are available now, and then keep in mind that Rumble's only going to have 6 players in it, and you still have all the skill brackets, and that 400,000 gets very small very quickly.
Wait a second, Patrick. I'm as a Xbox main player, Briar. I'm offended by your comment.
Well, I think I might be the only person.
Like, what?
I might be the only person who legitimately started on Xbox. Pope.
No, I main Xbox now.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure I always have.
This one's pretty easy to check.
I'm not insulting Xbox players. I'm just saying, hey, less people play on the Xbox.
Yeah,
it is demonstrably true.
And I don't think it's true.
I'm not a big fan of what they did to the new playlist, the Crucible playlist, because I'm like a control player. I love that game mode, and I was like, for 2 weeks. I know this week we have control, but for previous 2 weeks we didn't have it, and it was like I only played trials that time, and I'm not a fan of that. Like they should just leave control every single week.
Yeah, Clash does play very differently, like not in a good way, in my opinion. I really like control.
No.
Yeah.
Objective game
control
mode
should be there all the time.
Yeah.
It's like domination, right? Domination in COD will always be there. It's a core game mode.
Like free for all, team deathmatch, and domination or control should always be in there.
I think it has to do with the way they design the maps. They actually built these maps for control. You can feel it, like how they were developed that way. So when you have Clash where it's a free for all almost, or not a free for all, but it's team deathmatch, it changes the flow and the feel, and just it has. I don't know. Every time I've been in Clash playlist for more than an hour, I'm kind of like, what's wrong with this game mode?
Also, I think that the maps weren't designed for how fast the Guardians actually move. Now that
we've discovered all the tricks,
figured that out.
Yeah. That's a problem that was not apparent in the in the first part of the game. The spawn system, it was fine. The only map that really had weird spawns was like Twilight Gap, because there was a very clear visible sniper lane from one side of the map to the other. Yeah. But we never really saw any problems. And then once it was around, I think it was around Rift. Once Rift happened and there was objectives that caused us to have to move very aggressively across the map, the spawn system just could not keep up.
Yeah.
And we have like band-aid fixes of, your Guardian gets a 99%, health barrier when they just spawn in Rift. That'll stop you. That'll make you live for an extra 3 seconds until you get domed or
congratulations
shot down by a machine gun. It's great.
And I say this a lot on my stream. I'm not a fan of nerfs. Like I hate nerfs because whenever they nerf the primary or special or whatever they nerf, they increase the time to kill. Like I coming from a Call of Duty background, you kill people really fast. I was really a fan of the year 1 Destiny because the time to kill was really, really minimal. So I'm not a fan of.
I'm going to step out on a limb here and defend the nerfs, because I think a lot of them have been very warranted over the years that we've been playing Destiny. The original one to the Vex Mythoclast, very warranted. Suros Regime, very warranted. Yeah. Snipers, very warranted. Shotguns, very warranted. Over the years, we've seen some significant nerfs that were very needed by this game.
Yeah, the
I know everybody likes to hate on him.
Vex Mythoclast was like in need of a nerf, like that.
But I would argue that some of the ripple effects from those were what really made people angry and frustrated.
Like what?
Well, here I'll point some stuff out right now, actually.
Okay.
Because with all those nerfs, we've boiled down to Wormwood, Stickies, Rifle Barrel,
So that's not a
Lunas,
nerf
and
of a weapon.
Palindromes.
The reason the Wormwood is so popular right now is not a nerf of a weapon. It's because they've limited the amount of special ammo that's available.
But let me finish. Like it's the whole package. What you experience right now, if you go into the Crucible, what you're likely to see if you play long enough is that you're going to see Wormwoods as primaries, A's, Lunas, and Palindromes with Rifle Barrel as secondaries, and fusion grenades, and then ability spam.
Yeah,
and
I would agree.
That's what those nerfs have boiled it down to. So when you take,
I don't think you're correct, Tefty. I think what you're seeing is the result of the removal of special ammo. The reason Wormwood is so popular is because it spawns with ammo.
Yeah, but if the time to kills weren't a problem, then you could use more weapons. You could use, You
can use more weapons. You could use a shotgun. You could use a sniper rifle. You could use a primary. I main a primary. Most of my gunfights happen with a primary. But if I get close range, obviously the Wormwood is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a shotgun, then the shotgun is the way to go if I have ammo for it. I don't think I don't think the reason the Wormwood is popular is because the shotguns and snipers have been nerfed. I think it's the reason is because they don't have any ammo.
For that, I agree. The example is, but nerfs in general, and I'm not arguing against all the nerfs, Briar, but just for the sake of argument here, we saw nerfs go across this game, and in an effort, they even talked about it. Didn't they talk about seasons for weapons?
Yeah,
They did.
Taking King, and that lasted for about a month.
Mm-hmm. So, but I feel like we have gotten through their adjustment, but I guess my question is, don't other games do this often? They adjust the meta to... Go ahead.
The problem is that other games that do that, they have way more frequent updates.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be getting a change like every 2 weeks. Usually in those kind of games. So you'd be like, oh, this meta, we're having fun with it. And by the time it starts to get stale, it'll switch up again and something else will be good. And then you figure that out. And when that starts to get stale, it changes again. So the problem with Destiny is that we wait for so long for this big change. And we're like, this is going to be the one. It's going to be so fun. And then it never seems to really reach our expectations because we have to wait for so long to get that change.
How long we waited for that Thorn nerf? The Thorn nerf? How long did we wait?
Oh my
god!
It was forever.
God.
About 8
How long
months.
did we wait for the shotguns? I mean, shotguns were dominant in the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Matador. I mean, think about before Matador, there was the Fell Winter, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fell Winters. Yeah.
But
think about it.
You know, it had a counter though. You could use Last Word.
That's true.
During that meta, you could use the Last Word, and it was very effective against shotgunners.
Right, but I just
and also against scouts.
So because supers and against everything, really.
The more I think about it, and the more I rack my brain and go back in time and experience different things and how things felt. Honestly, the majority of the nerfs have boiled Destiny down into a very one-dimensional PvP experience for me. And
I 100% agree with that. I'm not interested in nerfs anymore. I'm interested in fun gameplay, fun gunplay. Yeah. The most fun I had on Destiny, PvP wise, it was on Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
When there was nerfs.
It was also a brand new game at the time. So doesn't that contribute to a lot of the fun there? When you're learning things are brand new and fresh. You don't even know how good is this fusion rifle compared to a shotgun, compared to a sniper. I don't even know what all these. And then all of a sudden they introduce a brand new weapon type, sidearms. You're like, whoa, okay, how does this play into the mix? Some of the rose tinted glasses that we look at of vanilla Destiny have got to be because it's new, not because there was some special meta that was happening at the time. Because the meta was broken. We all know that.
No, it was. It was ding, 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 ding.
The ping pong balls of death.
Ding, ding, ding. That's all it was. That was your one.
That's all it was. That was definitely a portion of it.
That was the first 3 months.
That didn't last long though.
That was the first 3 months.
They nerfed that pretty quickly.
Tefty, 3 months, and that's not nerfing it pretty quickly. I'm talking, and if we're making a statement here that we want to see in Destiny 2, we want to see more frequent updates.
Yes.
Right?
Starts to
Bounce
get
pass.
stale.
I
I
do that.
want once a month. I would like.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Watts,
Once a
I'm
month.
right there with you. I'd love to see a
I
once
agree.
a month like adjustment.
And you gotta
Adjusting.
expect they're gonna learn from the mistakes they made from Destiny 1. At
Yeah,
least
we
that's
don't know
what I
how
think.
hard it is to make those adjustments, right? We're not in there with our fingers on keyboards typing code. We don't know how hard that is.
Yeah.
It could be really difficult, and that's why it takes so long to get done. You know, they had to redesign the way range works in Destiny to take care of the hand cannons. You know,
That's true.
Oh, that's why Destiny 1's basically an entire learning thing. Now they kind of know.
Mhm.
They definitely know what to adjust for the game. It feels like all the changes, for the most part, have been way more directed at the problem. I still really, really, really hope, because it seems like this is the one thing that they haven't learned, is that nerfing entire weapon classes because one archetype is overperforming, causing everything to, basically
Gunslinger.
the Fellwinter syndrome. Fellwinter syndrome that just
Yeah.
causes them to go, oh, we're going to, all shotguns are nerfed. And so now anytime I see like a really well-rolled Occam's Razor or whatever, it's like, well, only place I can use that is PvE. Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe. Still better to use a high impact one because it just simply does more damage. So, I don't know. I really hope they kind of look at that and say, yeah, that's a mistake. And also, if we're going to have sandboxes, if, there's going to be tons of loot, I would really appreciate PvP and PvE sandboxes being separate so that, basically every single change that's ever happened to weapons, aside from like shotguns, I think occasionally there have been some weapon buffs just to PvE, but basically everything is dictated by PvP. The entire weapon sandbox has basically been changed because of how it performs in PvP, and that's kind of not acceptable to have a main PvE player suddenly, their shotgun is crap now.
Yeah. And
or their options are even more limited because one archetype of shotguns is overperforming in PvP, and then ad infinitum.
And here's the reason.
other.
Here's the reason we keep getting nerfs and changes to the sandbox is because they're trying to balance PvP into an actual competitive scenario when we all know that it's not truly bounceable.
It's
not truly competitive.
It.
You can't actually make it into a finely tuned, balanced system right now. Yet all these nerfs have been stacked on top of each other to try to achieve that point. And it's never going to happen. So that's why I'm saying...
Just make it crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying back in year one, it was fun because it was crazy. It was like, the last word was doing crazy damage, and like you had these shotguns with crazy range, and you could... It was just... There was more options because it was actually broken, and it was actually fun to go in there and experience broken things. Whereas right now, they're trying to make it competitive, yet there's no reason to make it competitive, except for maybe Trials of Osiris, but we all know it's a lag fest, so they need to stop that.
So do we want, like, I know we don't have just things for Destiny 2, right? Do we want to see a split of PvE and PvP? Do we want to see that split happen?
So I was talking about this today, actually, and I think this could be very easily achieved by having perks that are PvE focused and perks that are PvP focused. Like if you want to have extra ammo perks, but you don't want those to work in PvP, that's very easy to do. Just don't let them work in PvP.
Deactivate
like if you want, just deactivate them in PvP. It's not a big deal, right? It's like, this Field Scout perk only works in PvE. Like the gun still operates the same. The recoil pattern on the gun is the same. The range feels effectively the same. Same fast fire rate. Obviously, the damage numbers are completely different though, because in PvP, Guardians have 100 health, and in PvE, enemies have 100,000 health, right? So the damage numbers can be completely different. That's already being done. But have perks like Field Scout or, others like Hidden Hand maybe that just don't operate in PvP.
So here was something that came up in Dank Talk that was with Blue and versus Stream. We were talking about how they should possibly strip out just all the perks and make it base archetypes. So when you get this weapon, let's say you get a weapon from the raid, you could bring it into PvP and it's boiled down to its archetype. So it's still, you can still get that weapon and you can still bring it in. It's just not going to have the crazy perks that might make it extremely overpowered in PvP. So they could have a really refined system in there that's based on archetypes, which is essentially what we chase after right now. We're chasing after a hand cannon with rifle barrel range, essentially. That's the archetype that you chase after right now for the fastest time to kill in PvP. So just boil it down to archetypes and then allow the perks to go crazy so we can have even wilder perks.
I've heard that idea too, Tefty. I don't like it because it just makes every gun so fucking generic, right? There's still gonna be one gun that's the gun, right? It doesn't matter what game you play. There's gonna be that one gun. And to take all the perks away, I actually wouldn't mind if they took all the perks away and added like an attachment system instead. Hope we could hear whatever you're doing.
I just think it's unfair for like players that only play PvE to suffer from the nerfs that PvP players get.
Completely
I just think
agree.
that's unfair.
Mm-hmm. Completely. Yep.
Sorry, Rubik's Cube helps me think about these kind of things.
Do you guys really feel that weak in PvE though? I feel like we're going through these raids just massacring folk.
Over time, I can kind of tell a difference that, I do feel slightly weaker. Like, look at Fatebringer. I think that's one of the best possible examples.
Oh, man. They brought back Fatebringer, and you're like...
Brought back Fatebringer, and then I think Dado had a great video on it where it's like, you bring this back, and then all of a sudden you really realize how important rifled barrel is on hand cannons, because it's not Fatebringer. It's not what we remember.
It's not Fatebringer.
If you're in very close range, it's like, I'm reloading quick, I'm exploding stuff. And after that, it's like, oh god, I'm having to shoot like 3 crits, and then finally now I can. Okay, it's a lot of stuff has changed, and you notice it in some places.
Sniper flinch.
In
PvE,
again,
sniper flinch is ridiculous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. It is ridiculous.
Like the Detriment was talking about in the Sisters encounter. If you are getting any kind of ads shooting you, there's no way you're going to use a sniper rifle. It's just, it's everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, you're getting shot and you're trying to aim down a scope.
It wasn't that way before, though, Briar.
I know it wasn't that way, but
it also
kind of makes sense.
No, but Briar, PvE should always be space magic.
Yeah. You don't need realism. Be like, well, of course your barrel's going to sway heavily because you got shot. You were shot.
I mean, this is like a 15-story tall, gigantic, demon, enemy. I mean, we don't want realism. We want space magic.
I don't know. To me, it adds to the fun of like, hey, maybe I shouldn't just be standing here to getting shot while I'm trying to get crits with a sniper rifle.
So, seeing as you brought up space magic and that PvE should be space magic, how much space magic do you want in your PvP? Yeah. Do you want it to feel like this is space magic, or do you?
This is probably a question for Mac. I mean, what the hell?
They went down the more realistic road, right? They were like, they don't want people running around with snipers and like quick scoping in close quarters. They were like, okay, we're gonna bring you back to what a sniper's supposed to be. Whereas I kind of enjoyed the space magic sniper. It was fun.
Yeah, what do you think, Mac?
Can you guys explain what space magic? I'm so sorry. Space magic, you got me so confused.
It's like it's the allure of Destiny, like the fact that like these weapons are imbued with magical powers, that make things explode.
And they're not military realistic weapons.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's good in the eyes, the explosion on the rounds. I'm down for like more space magic. I don't know.
So think of it this way, MACM. The Mayhem game mode? You know how that one's just like abilities constantly getting used. It's kind of general chaos.
Okay.
Think about how back in year 1, everything was viable, kind of like how in Mayhem everything is viable. So that's kind of what they were talking about. How more things are more useful now than a very finite, a very small amount of things.
Okay.
I think that's kind of what they were saying with space magic. Yes?
Yes.
Maybe. Okay.
Space magic is the stuff that makes PvP noob friendly.
Yeah. Space magic is the stuff that...
I think it's more of that
sticky
feeling
grenades
of
that track your enemies. It's the supers that build up without having to get killed. It's all of the stuff that helps out
Briar, this
With
is
having like
that's my
Red
job,
Death
Briar.
be good.
You're taking away my job.
What
What are you doing?
I miss the exotic weapons being usable in PvP. I know some still are, but I loved the fact that we could go in there with Red Death and Suros and Monte Carlo and Hawkmoon, and you could use all of them
Mm-hmm.
to
Hawkmoon
a
was viable.
pretty good standard of play. But also, there wasn't really skill-based matchmaking at the beginning of year one. So is a lot of what we are loving about what PvP was with all that stuff, the fact that we were going against a variety of people?
It was skill-based matchmaking was there because I mean
It was there, but it wasn't this.
Yeah, because if you guys remember it got easier to do the old school matchmaking like throughout time as they changed. It got easier to go
easier
1, 2, 3, 2, 1, queue up, and then match each other as all matchmaking stuff changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really kicked in hard though.
Take it out.
Like, I mean, it was really apparent that there was a big change there.
That was dramatic.
You mean you guys don't like super close games every time in Control and Clash?
You mean
I don't mind
super close games?
I like that too, but I don't want it every single time all day. And I don't want to see the same people all day. It's like, oh, it's this guy. I know that he uses this character and he uses this and that and that. And this is his favorite.
I got a question for Macam here.
All right.
Okay. All of us are U.S. based.
Okay.
Who are you in Puerto Rico? Where are you usually, or who are you usually fighting? Like, where are they from?
All right. If I for some reason get the Bungie bounty, I'm only gonna get Puerto Ricans. Only Puerto Ricans.
Really?
Yeah. Like I match against a lot of Puerto Ricans and not a lot from the US, to be honest.
Interesting.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
So
I don't think I would want to face you with your connection.
Yeah, that actually is very comforting to me.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I have a good connection, but it just all depends on the region. So I know what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't mean to say that you have less of an internet. I'm saying that the distance between us would make it interesting.
Oh my! I'm just looking at the distance right now between Washington and Puerto Rico. Oh my!
It's far away.
I bet we could match up. I bet it could work.
Yeah, sometimes trials gets boring because I match the same people over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
So
a lot of stream snipers. Shout out to the stream snipers. Make my carrying harder than it should be.
Since you do trials carries, you're getting people to join you that are not from Puerto Rico normally, right? Like, well. Mm-hmm. Did people that play with you, are they generally from Latin American countries, or are they just from all over?
That's a good question. I've helped people from Europe, Latin America, obviously, US, and whenever I play, there's always, if they're not from like the same region as me, there's always going to be a lag. So I'm prepared mentally. If I'm going to help someone from like Europe or US, there's going to be a lag in matches. So I just prepare mentally for that.
Okay. This is kind of an odd question because I don't know, maybe you can comment on it, but I feel like in year one, connection quality was slightly better. This is all conjecture and hearsay, but I played with someone who was in Germany constantly played with this guy in Germany, and we never had issues. Like, we never had insane lag or anything like that. I mean,
you played with me when I was in England for a long time, and our games were fine.
Yeah. Do you feel like the connection has gotten worse over time, or I know there's no empirical evidence that you can really put into that?
That's a really good question, and I think it has gone worse from time. I think Destiny 1, I didn't experience a lot of bad connections that now I have.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, from experience, I think year one Destiny was the least lag I had playing Crucible.
Okay. Anyone else can comment on that?
That's pretty much like
maybe
it was when they brought in SRL and flipped the switch to skill-based matchmaking, tightened it down. It's like something in that code changed the way they matched up, and also just brought in a rush of red bar. And ever since then, it's like they say they removed it too, but it doesn't feel like it because it's never gone back to what it was in year one when it came to, even when Destiny was at an all-time low in year one, like the connections were better than post that December of SRL.
SRL ruined Destiny? Is that what you're saying?
That's when they introduced the SBMM. Yeah.
SRL.
No, just SRL. Just
you know
SRL.
who really loves SRL? Deej.
Yeah.
You know what? Deej is a warlock.
Oh
so
my god, the warlocks.
There it is, right there.
Thanks, Briar. Jesus.
Ouch.
No, in year one, it would be like every maybe 1 in 10 games, it'd be like, oh wow, that person's lagging. Now it's at every other game. Easily every other game.
Going back to, things to expect in Destiny 2, one of the things I'd really love to see, moving away from connections a little bit, is an increase in like the PvE, like social experience, and like bringing more people into, like patrols. I'd love to see like a patrol area that has, like we heard about these like little outposts and vendors kind of strewn about, and PvE guys kind of just like all around, world bosses, stuff like that. I'd love to see like a move toward the more MMO side of PvE, especially out on patrol. I'd love to see that.
You know what would help with that? If when you find someone out on patrol, or maybe even in PvP, and you join their fire team, it doesn't take you back to orbit.
Yes,
and
that would be awesome.
It's one of the nicest things that you can do in the Division. I mean, I jump into the Division every once in a while to play and go into the dark zone. I enjoy it. Every once in a while, I run into someone that's not a douchebag, and we decide to join up.
Every once in a while. Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Oh wow, you're not a douche. Let's play.
Whoa,
Bruh.
you came running along and you decided to help. You decided to help me with this fight instead of like kill me and take my loot. All right, let's play together. And that joining is seamless, man. It really feels nice. I don't know if you guys are playing the Division still, but it's a great way of linking up with people that you just met.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a very cool feature of the Division. There's a lot of stuff that I'd love to see pulled from the Division and brought over to Destiny. They did a good job, especially a lot of their UI stuff, like you say, Pope.
Yeah, they did.
You know what else? You know what else is really good when you're in parties with people?
Chairs?
What's that?
These wild mics and headphones that we're using. Just some of the iconic...
we're wearing the same shirt.
Are we?
Kinda?
No, we're not.
Oh.
Close enough. It's got the Rise of Iron logo on. It's just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates, not the t-shirts. These wild mics and headphones.
And the knife.
Blue,
not the knife.
Not
Knife
the
not
knife.
included.
Blue's
mess up Patrick's
Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their Sadie and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com.
What are these ones called, Patrick? Are these the Sadies?
Yes.
The new ones? God, I love these headphones.
They're nice.
This is my third set of Blues, and oh man, these by far my favorite.
It's your third set because you keep you're very generous with the whole. I'd like to try these out. I'd like to try these out.
I only use them every day.
Yeah.
They're really nice though. I'm really happy with them.
To contribute to this, I recently bought the Blue Jetty Black Edition.
Yeah.
And it's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
They're good.
It's good. It is good.
Standard issue for beginner YouTubers and Twitch streamers.
The internet's most popular microphone for Twitch and YouTube. Yeah.
You guys want to do some Twitter questions?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's
love
do
to.
it.
All right, Armando Orozco. Serious question though for MACM.
Oh,
what is your favorite drink and snake?
favorite drink and snake?
Yeah.
Snake? What?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite drink has got to be a Corona, but it has to have lime. If it doesn't have lime, it's not good. And snake? What? I don't know.
Maybe you're streaming. You want to have a nice, interaction with a snake on stream. What snake do you go with?
The Cobra seems a cool one. I don't know.
I don't know if I'd want to
Might
go
buy
flying
ya.
around.
Might
That
buy
sounds
ya.
dangerous.
No,
Yeah.
that is the correct choice.
That's it. That's his choice, though.
That's my choice
It's
too.
it's a choice. All right.
Beautiful.
All right, so this one actually is going to go back to our discussion a little bit before, but it's kind of specifies off of it a little bit. Is Gary Diaz says, for Destiny 2, assuming we get ranked in social, do you think weapon perks should be deactivated in ranked playlists? Gun stats remain the base archetype.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, I think that's gonna make it really competitive.
Yep. It would at least remove the RNG crap because
Yeah.
RNG in competitive is annoying as hell. Nobody wants, like, that's why Bloom is disgusting. Nobody likes Bloom because it's RNG. So remove
Yeah,
RNG.
true.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to have the same exact weapons in PvP. There's no reason to go out there into the world and play to get better weapons.
But Briar,
I feel like-
Briar, you got to keep in mind that the end game for PvE of Destiny 2 could be a lot more bigger and expansive. So keep that in your mind.
One of my favorite things about Destiny is the fact that when I go out into the world, I could be playing a raid or I could be playing a strike, and I could all of a sudden get like this wonderful weapon. I'm like, oh, damn, I can't wait to shoot my fellow Guardians in the face with this thing. It's going to be dope. And I feel like this suggestion takes that away from me.
While I understand why that solution is good because it makes balance really easy, that's the equivalent of removing special ammo because you can't balance shotguns.
Why not go
freshly
play
made game.
Overwatch or Call of Duty if you just want these base weapons? What is the difference? What is
part of
Destiny
the thing
bringing to
is-
the table that Overwatch isn't if you're just taking all of the fun out of these weapons? You're taking all the customization out of these weapons.
I like the idea, but I feel like that's a last nuclear option that they would have to do to balance it.
I mean,
Let's hope they have a whole new system that they can
Yes.
balance.
Yes,
Let-
I do want to.
Properly.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd love to see an attachment system.
at the end of the day, if they can actually take the Destiny ecosystem, the Destiny sandbox, and keep it balanced and also make PvE and PvP happy, then absolutely I'm going to take that. I'll say, yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
But from what I've experienced in Destiny 1 and how much of a mess it could possibly be for them in the future, especially if they add different things, it seems like if they're going to make a competitive playlist, they have to strip things out.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have a social PvP where it's like anything goes, bring in your
Anything
crazy...
goes,
Yeah.
no skill-based matchmaking, just
Bring-
do
So
what
it
you
goes-
want.
Yeah.
It goes back to that question that of the Call of Duty days where they had stripped Call of Duty down in competitive to the point where you were watching competitive Call of Duty, but it didn't look like the Call of Duty that you were playing because it just wasn't. And then they started to incorporate fewer and fewer rules, and it became, a different game in competitive. I don't know. I'm with you, Briar. I mean, at what point do you strip away the identity of Destiny from the game?
Yeah, but you still
What
have
about-
supers, though. You keep supers.
What about if they had a
Yeah.
system where instead of having each individual perk that you could select, because it tends to be an issue of this with this is just too good. What if they created like sets of perks on a weapon that you could switch between, and that way when they're balancing it, they could just sweepingly balance that set of perks?
What if
Would
all
that
weapons?
make it more balanced?
What if all weapons dropped with the same base stats, and then you could pick up modifications for that weapon in the world, like they dropped as loot as well, like a sight that may give you better stability, or a grip that gives you better stability, or a stock that
Sounds like Division.
Yeah, I mean, I think that worked in Division. I think it was a really good idea.
I think I got kind of a halfway point here.
Okay.
Okay. What I really like in some Magic the Gathering formats.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
is there's a format called EDH that is basically impossible to balance. It's impossible to balance. So if you want to play competitively, what a lot of groups do is a lot of the really powerful cards are worth points. And you can only, you say you have 10 points. Soul Ring, that's worth 5 points. And then this other card, that's worth, 2 points. And these cards, they're worth, 2 points or whatever. And so you can, you can basically say, okay, I'm going to use this one because it's really good, and then these kind of other two smaller ones. So maybe you could get Crowd Control or Outlaw or Reactive Reload, a very good perk, and then supplement it like with a slightly smaller other perk, or maybe just get a bunch of really small perks. I don't know. It seems like that. Like that might be kind of a build your own weapon based on a point system type thing.
And that way, when they're balancing, they're like, if this thing's really strong, they can make it just be more points.
Yeah,
which would
make it cost more, and then
Call of Duty did that.
Nerf the perk.
They did.
I thought it worked pretty well in Call of Duty.
But we'll see. It might just be a whole new system, and they will probably already figured out how they're going to balance things better because currently they can't balance it at the way that they've made this game. It's impossible.
James Pratt says, I've heard people make some weird noises playing video games. What's the strangest noise you've made when playing Destiny? Defty, you want to go with this one?
Destiny? I mean, I think I've yelled or something when I played Destiny when I got the battle horn.
Have you ever perhaps squeaked?
No, I've never squeaked when playing Destiny.
Not when playing Destiny.
No, not when playing Destiny.
So close, Hugo. So close.
I can weigh on this. Sometimes then on my stream, like the viewers or my chat, the community, they just make me laugh because they just want to hear me say, I'm about to scream it, all right? It's a word in Spanish. So whenever they just make me mad, I just go like, ¡Nieto! Like that. And they just enjoy that so much. I think that's one of the words. I also in my stream say a lot like, and I want you guys to say it just for fun. I say like, ay ay ay, ay ay ay, ay ay. Patrick, do it. Ay ay ay.
Ay ay ay.
Oh, you got to go falsetto for
it. That's creepy. Ay ay ay.
I can't do a falsetto right now.
You want me to hear? You want to hear my Watts version of it?
Oh Lord! That sounded just like me, actually.
Yeah, oh my God!
It's creepy.
If I was having to edit the podcast, I would suddenly get the audio channels confused. It was so similar.
Trade12345 says, does constant content creation ever get tiresome for you guys?
Yes, absolutely.
Just stream.
That's why I like streaming, because it's like I don't have to really plan anything and just turn it on. And then, hey, everyone, we're here. We're streaming.
You hang out. You have a good time. You're not like, oh, my God, what video do I make today? Well, there's that one auto rifle that people think's pretty cool. I could go use that in Crucible.
Yeah, like when I'm...
YouTube, I find this more, especially now that YouTube seems to be actively fighting me every time I upload a video. Like they seem to have a genuinely hostile attitude towards creators at this point. But Twitch, I don't know. It's so much easier. You just jump on Twitch and you have fun. It's not content creation. 4 hours a day. I don't stream for like 8 hours a day. I might have a different feeling about it if I did that.
That's what I love about streaming. Like whenever I click that start streaming, like I don't have a plan. Like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I actually switched from YouTube to streaming about like, I don't know, a year ago, something like that, year and a half ago. Because that's immediately what I identified with. I was like, the content creation for videos can be exhausting, mentally draining. But when it comes to streaming, it's like if I don't feel like playing a certain thing, like let's say the Crucible, a lot of people know that I've gotten burned down on the Crucible, so I've moved away from it. Like I can just stream something else. And Pat, I actually disagree with you. I think it is content creation because you're hanging out with people and you're giving your personality online, and that's part of content creation. Is coloring
for
comments,
me,
it's definitely like you're definitely creating content because you're creating entertainment for people. But it's not. I would say it's different to like sitting down being like, okay, I have to format a video.
Yeah.
What is the topic of the video going to be? I have no idea because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, right? Lots is like when you're like, okay, I should make a video. Except I got nothing to talk about.
You're like, wait a second.
That's why I don't consider Twitch content creation, because it's an entirely different mindset for me, Tefty. I have to sit down and, put all of my thought and energy into this one idea and this one task. Whereas Twitch, my mind isn't like that. It's just a conversation with friends. I'm basically just hanging out. It's almost... Yeah, it's just they're two completely different ideals for me. So that
may be a difference between somebody who's taking a vacation on Twitch and somebody who's treating Twitch as the primary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can we spend a little time right now? I know we're in Twitter questions, but it seems like the right time to kind of go into how it feels like for me. Twitch is kicking YouTube's ass right now.
Oh, been that way for a while.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, it's like their latest release of content creator perks, and it seems like they're more in touch with their content creators than YouTube is, and passing on more of the rewards to their people.
It's more than that, Pope. On YouTube, I honestly feel like I'm not welcome on that platform. Like that's honestly how I feel on YouTube.
How so, Briar? Like explain that.
Like if you log into a YouTube account and go to my channel, you'll see 4 videos on my channel because they're all restricted.
Why are they restricted?
Same. I hardly have any, and I don't curse in my videos.
They're not telling me.
I don't know how other people are doing because I'm like a super PG gaming channel on YouTube. But even my content, I go into restricted mode and I'm like, there's nothing here.
Yeah, it's good to know. It's good to know like that feedback, because a lot of people on my stream like encourage me to like use YouTube, and to hear this that YouTube is not doing so good, it's good to know.
Yeah. That and because of all the press about PewDiePie and his the bad press that the Wall Street Journal gave YouTube and PewDiePie, a lot of advertising is pulled out of YouTube. So content creators are making on average of like 40% less, or 40% of what they made last year at the same time, assuming the same amount of views. It's rough over on YouTube right now. It's not a friendly place to be. So a lot of YouTubers are looking at Twitch and saying, people are saying great things about Twitch. Twitch is this new affiliate program. They've introduced new ways of getting paid. Like there's all sorts of great things going on around Twitch.
Can we explain some of those? Like go through some of those things?
Yeah, the affiliate program is really cool. If you're, I think the minimum requirements are you have to have 3 concurrent viewers, 50 followers, stream for like, is it 500 hours a year?
I thought it was per month, but not 500 hours. No, not 500 hours per month, but like it was a monthly value. I don't remember how much.
Yeah, they're very attainable, right?
Yeah, very attainable.
At that point, Twitch will actually, you don't apply for anything. Twitch will actually send you an email and say, hey, you now qualify for this Twitch affiliate program, which gives you a sub button. It gives you cheers in your chat, so you can make a little cash while you're streaming for Twitch. So you don't have to wait till you have 100 concurrent viewers or 200 concurrent viewers to get partnered. It's just a kickstart. It's not going to be something that supports your lifestyle, but hey, while you're getting started, if you are, taking this seriously, we're going to kick a little something your way.
And they also give you an emote and people can sub to you. Right?
Yeah. It's something like to motivate you to like keep streaming and keep like growing your channel, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
A quick shout out, like congratulations to every streamer that got the affiliation thing.
Absolutely.
Congrats.
Yeah, apparently there's already like 60,000 streamers of it that are like qualify for the terms they put out there. Yeah. So it's a big deal for a lot of people. And I'm hoping that it's going to make Twitch just a better place.
Yeah.
It's going to encourage more people to do Twitch, more people who've been disenfranchised over on YouTube perhaps come over to Twitch, and a lot of that creativity comes over to Twitch, and we see that over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really good because the stepping stone between starting on Twitch, if you don't have, say, something on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or something like that, if you're completely brand new and going from brand new on Twitch to partnership status, that gap is huge, and it can seem very daunting. Yeah, and there's no, like, aside from people giving tips or donations, it can be very difficult to breach that gap. But with the affiliate program, it gives you a path. It gives you a stepping stone to grind. And also, one thing that we didn't mention is you can also get bits as well as an affiliate partner. So people have been.
I mentioned that.
Oh, you did? Oh, my bad. Yeah. I didn't hear it. So you can get multiple forms of tipping, in other words, which is really good.
That path has always been easier on YouTube. Not always, but for the last several years, it's been much easier to get yourself partner and start making a little bit of money. Maybe you get, $10 a month, $100 a month, small pieces of money, but that's really encouraging for a brand new YouTuber or Twitch streamer. Like, hey, I'm going out for beers tonight, and it's because of what playing video games on Twitch or on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's
do you guys remember when you got your first check from
hell yeah
from YouTube or Twitch?
Yeah.
That money
$17.
Yeah. 17? I thought it had to be over 100.
No, it was 17 because my first check from YouTube was for $17 because the first video I put out was on like the 29th of the month, so it just didn't I only got like $17 worth of ad revenue off it before all the other videos that I posted finally were able to kind of register that they made money the next month.
That's weird. I always thought
that's my first check, and it was awesome. It felt great.
I always thought they had $100 minimum threshold. That's weird.
Depend on your MCN.
Depends who you're with.
Depends who you're with.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that's a huge motivator. I mean, Mac, for you in streaming, is you obviously have a full-time job,
yes.
and the streaming is a hobby for you, but you're enjoying it. If you ever got to a point where you were making a living off of it, would you be interested in doing it full time?
That question was someone brought it up on the last stream, and to be honest, streaming is like not a secure job. I might do it, but I'm gonna have to like think it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, because it's just nuts. You depend on a lot of things for income, so I don't know. I think I might do it, but I'm gonna have to think about it if it happens, And to tell you about how I got, by the way, I got partnered like April 14. I got the sub bonus, so I'm like a new partner.
Wow!
Awesome!
Congratulations!
Congrats.
I know.
That's awesome.
And I had to grind to get that partnership. It was a lot of hard work. Just to let you guys know, I got the partner denied 9 times before I finally got partnered. And but when I got partnered, it was like the greatest thing, and I don't regret it any time put into streaming.
Hell yeah! Yep.
So what other kind of benefits is Twitch giving partners or affiliates? What are the things that maybe because we're not, I mean, I'm not related to it.
Right off the bat, Pope, is that if I have a problem, I can actually talk to somebody who works for Twitch.
You can talk to an actual person. You get a response. You can have a back and forth.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, right?
It is the weirdest thing.
Like, if you got a problem,
give me an example.
YouTube,
Who are you talking to?
There's Twitch support. There's
which is
Hassan, who's on Twitter and will gladly answer a question if you have it on Twitter.
He's really responsive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome.
The difference between YouTube and Twitch from a content creator side is that I feel like YouTube is this like nebulous like cloud of like nobody's answering.
They feel like a machine.
Like you can't even find a phone number for somebody who works at YouTube, They make decisions based on what's best for YouTube. Twitch makes definitely decisions based on what's best for Twitch, but also what's best for their creators, because they know that what's best for their creators is also what's best for Twitch.
Yeah.
Something else that they did that was really cool was the whole emote thing, because as you started getting up there, to get your next emotes past 500 was like 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And your community's sitting there like, when are we gonna get some new emotes? And you're like, well, I gotta go past like all these numbers. I gotta get
every
like
single one of you make another account.
Yeah, if you all double sub, we could do it right now. So now what's really cool is that you're getting new slots a lot more frequently.
Yeah.
Which your community loves. They can always add another emote. If there's like a meme that's going on in your chat, you can make that an emote. So
correct me if I'm wrong. If once you reach a certain amount of emotes, like for example, like 12, you get that permanently, right?
Yes. Now you do, yeah.
Yeah. Now you get it permanently.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Because before it was like, gotta put your emotes in before they take it away.
I'm waiting to hit 500, and it's like, oh, it's at 480. Come on, we're almost. And then just like it starts going back down. And you're like, no, the emotes we made, you're not gonna be able to go back out. And now it's just if it hits it, cool. Yeah, it's permanently unlocked, and you can.
Yeah. For me, the difference between being on Twitch and being on YouTube is every time I hear a piece of news come from Twitch, I'm like, ooh, that's really exciting. Every time I hear a piece of news come from YouTube, I'm like, fuck? Well, how's this gonna fuck me?
Yeah. Because
Is there something I heard something about partners receiving like a discounted or option for health insurance?
Really? I didn't hear about that.
No, that was a joke.
Was it?
That was a joke.
That was when like the email went out to all the partners saying this is a confidential email, don't share all of this, and then everyone was sharing it. I think it was like one of the head guys at Twitch was like, hey partners, don't share that stuff about the health insurance or something, as kind of like a joke.
All right. Well, if that
was true, that'd be amazing.
You know, to be honest with you, I think of something like that, and I think that is the direction. If if you are a partnered streamer, you should be given the opportunity to buy into something like that, maybe a discounted health insurance or a savings plan, something retirement wise.
Not a bad idea. If you look at the average age of Twitch streamers, it probably wouldn't be that expensive to have a group plan for.
No, they're all young, and yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's do something for if Twitch is listening, Hassan, if you're out there, I mean, just think about it. I mean, think about what that would mean to all your all the streamers out there that are partnered, and that's that next tier. When you start getting there, you could conceivably have a partner plan, like you're saying, Briar, that you buy into, and
two things that I would love for Twitch, to offer to us as partners: health insurance. That'd be fucking sweet.
That is like tax advice. Best thing they can get.
And then
tax advice.
Here's a tax dude.
Give us tax dudes, please. That would be amazing. If they're like, we have this group of tax people who know exactly what's going on with Twitch, all that stuff.
You don't have to explain what a Twitch is to this to this 80-year-old accountant.
Please, that would be amazing.
My account just looks at me like,
what do you do?
I don't know. What do you think? Fucking accountant, dude.
Oh man.
All right. I'm using my same accountant now. That's like back in Tennessee, and it's like I'm only using you because I've explained everything, and I don't want to have to re-explain it. Yeah. You've been doing this for like 2.5 years now.
One thing I would really like to see Twitch do, and I think that now is the time for this, is to really explore video on demand. Is like getting those YouTube creators to come over and upload videos to Twitch. If they could start exploring like a way to incentivize YouTubers to start coming over and uploading videos to Twitch and showing those to viewers, man, they could just wreck YouTube right now.
They could.
Oh my God,
people are really pissed at YouTube right now.
They really could.
And man, just figure out a way to get those things to somehow be searchable. Put a separate column on the front page. Like, here's some, VODs that if you want to watch them, here they are. Here's some, videos.
Trending VODs, yeah.
Because I like making videos. It is a fun thing to do. And it's better for me to be able to like script something out or to get a real quick piece of something I feel emotional about into a 10-minute video. Then have to explain it 7 times on stream.
It'd be great. It'd be great to have your channel not be live per se, but have live events where you could schedule an upload of a video, Briar, and it sends out to your followers. Hey, we're going to be uploading this video. We're going to be showing this video on your channel first, and then it's going to go archived into searchable places. But you can schedule events to happen. Maybe a video comes out a half an hour or 10 minutes before you stream or something like that, and it plays and it brings people to your channel.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I use YouTube like that somewhat, but
here's the problem, guys. YouTube is considered, I think, the second largest search engine in the world. And so in order for what you get from YouTube after a certain threshold of audience happens, in order for that to happen on Twitch is a huge divide. And that's why I think, like, even though it's, the business side of YouTube has gone down significantly, the viewership side is still as big as ever. So, and then you can parlay that into other avenues,
That's true, Tef, but the fact is that I think if Twitch could figure out a way to monetize videos as well as they do streams, I think it would be very, very tempting to move from YouTube to Twitch, because You know, like I said, I'm making 40% less than I was making last year at this time. And my videos don't show up if you search for them anyway. So who cares how big the fucking search engine is? My videos don't show up.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to how much viewership they have on YouTube. Like, it's huge in comparison to Twitch. Twitch is wonderful. I love it. I'm all about the Twitch experience. I've invested a lot of my own well-being into Twitch. But when it comes to like, can Twitch take over YouTube when it comes to VODs? That's a huge leap. Like,
But it has the potential, though. It has the potential to.
I definitely think it does.
yeah, it does have the potential. It's just, is Twitch going to become the second largest search engine in the world? You know what I mean?
The problem is the YouTube search engine. You're right. It's the second biggest search engine in the world, but it's broken.
Right.
It's not working.
Totally. Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Hyperhero 151 says, quick, favorite dessert and dog.
Can we stop with this?
Favorite dessert and dog.
All right, we'll move on. Jonathan Iyer says, when you make a grilled cheese sandwich, how many kinds of cheese do you use and what are they?
You use American and anything else is just, it's not a grilled cheese.
Patrick wins.
I agree with
Yes,
Patrick.
that's
I
true.
agree with
Patrick
Patrick.
wins.
The only
The
type,
more cheese, the better.
and it's like, look, you put like depending on the size of the bread, of course. Like if you got some nice, if you have like tiny squares, like, you don't want to use more than like 2 pieces. But if that bread's big, sometimes I'll break the cheese apart and then put it on everything. But that's about as fancy as you need to get with grilled cheese.
Yeah, it's just if you're gonna start spending some time on culinary arts, you want to just move past the grilled cheese altogether. Grilled cheese is something you just get it. It's down and dirty.
I can make a grilled cheese good enough that any woman would want to marry me from eating it. That's how good my grilled cheese sandwiches are.
Okay.
Nice.
But it has to have American cheese.
American.
Yeah, no, it has to be. It has to be. It's not even cheese. Like that cheese product.
Oh no! You got to get that Land O'Lakes American cheese, man. That stuff's good stuff.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm not a fan
You're
of
putting that Kraft on there. You're fucking it up.
I'm not a fan of American cheese, honestly.
What are we talking about?
We're talking what type of cheese you put
real
on
cheese.
Your grilled cheese and why it's American cheese.
Oh God, I don't even own American cheese. What the hell is that?
Pope, you and I are on the same culinary spectrum, man.
I mean, that's not even cheese. That's chemicals pressed between cellophane.
No.
We know this.
No, I'm not talking about Kraft American cheese. I'm talking about like Land O'Lakes. Like go to the deli.
There's no such thing as American cheese. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
There's cheddar. There's Jack.
There's America is wrong, and Puerto Rico is wrong.
There's no Puerto Rican cheese either. There's queso fresco. Come on. There's other things.
You are just uninformed here, Pope. I'm sorry. Once again.
What type of cheese do you put on a hamburger? You put American cheese on a hamburger.
No, I do not. Blue cheese is amazing. I love, maybe if it's a really if I'm gonna put some, go big and I'm put some strips of bacon in there, I'll go gorgonzola just for throwing it in there.
I just put some avocado and go surfing too, you California boy. Jesus Christ.
I do put avocado on my burger, and I've
had that. I've had this. Yeah, Swiss on a burger is delicious.
Swiss is on a burger is amazing.
Yeah.
Jeremy Krekalo says, if Destiny 2 had a forge mode for strikes, what kind of strike would you make?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is a loaded question.
That is a big question.
What kind of strike? I would make a strike that involves, as much as people hate it, I really like the tug and pull of that. Is it the Black Garden mission? Where you're
going up those stairs?
I love that, man.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, I love it. I hate it when it's the Taken.
Mhm.
But what's the one where they're just waves of them and the barriers there, right?
The Vex.
The Vex. I love that, man. I tether hammers,
Yeah.
or you get your super 3-4 times by the time you get up those stairs, and I love that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty great one too. It can be annoying if you're just trying to farm that strike for an Imago loop because it can take a while. Yeah. But on just a pure fight design, it's a great fight.
Yeah,
that's why I like that tug up Omnigul as you kind of make her retreat back.
It reminds tug, but you mean
you're saying
push.
No, there's a tug.
Pope's getting the tug, guys. It's confirmed.
Are
in
you
podcast.
telling me you've never retreated back out of those stairs? You're completely moving forward that whole time. They never overwhelm you and push you back.
No, I never advance unless I know that it's safe to advance.
Oh, whatever. It's a tug of war.
Damn lies, Patrick.
Yeah,
Damn
lies.
He's moved up, and there's.
I'm a hunter. I properly scout everything out and make sure it's dead before I move forward.
You camp in a corner, and
if I could design a strike, it would be a reverse strike. It would be a chase. As instead of us pushing in, it would be us getting chased out. And it would be a reverse. It'd be us getting on sparrows and running away, getting off the sparrows, running through a tunnel, having something chasing us the whole time, and at the very end, you finally get the tool that allows you to fight.
That is actually really cool.
There was a fight like that in World of Warcraft and Wrath the Lich King and one of the Ice Crown Citadel dungeons where the Lich King suddenly like gets his aura of frost around him and he's slowly walking forward and then you have to like make his way out, but he's the Lich King and he's like frost and he's like putting frost walls up everywhere and then you got to fight and then you got to kill the frost walls and you move forward, more come up. It's a really cool fight.
Cool story.
Yeah.
you make WoW sound so exciting.
It is, Pope. One day you play it and you'll be like, I actually really like this. Can we keep playing this? Can we make a
Can we keep playing?
Can we make a WoW community podcast?
Duganmeister says, would you mind if they did away with the Crucible entirely? Solely focus on more fleshed out immersive story with beautiful cutscenes.
I would greatly mind that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I don't want them to take away the
not be able to
Crucible.
play Destiny anymore, and I'd have to
half
do
of
something
Destiny.
else.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's all of Destiny.
Yeah, MACM, how would you feel if they completely took away the Crucible?
That would be so dumb because Crucible is the thing that is keeping this game alive right now. And whenever Destiny is dry, Crucible is gonna still be there for you to have fun. So
I don't know what you guys are talking about. The Strike playlist is what's keeping Destiny alive right now.
Oh
I personally think it's the story playlist.
The story playlist is really fun.
I like the story playlist. That's a lot more fun than the strike playlist.
Briar, have you not taken the Fourth Horseman into the weekly the Crisis Strikes yet and melted a boss?
I have.
You didn't like that?
It's fun. It's just that I feel like year 3 has been the year of strikes. It's just like right from the get-go, it has been do strikes, do strikes. You need to get ready for Wrath of the She, do strikes to level up, do strikes to level up. You got to do your Rise of Iron book, do strikes, do strikes. Got to do your Age of Triumph book, do strikes, do strikes. It just feels like strikes are year 3, man. It's just all about strikes.
The year of strikes.
And there's not that many of them, for God's sake.
I felt like it was the same in year 1. It was like, you want that exotic? You might get it in the strike. Go load it up. You might drop.
I feel like Nightfalls were a good place to get it. I felt like Crucible, your exotics would drop in the Crucible, raids. Like there's a lot of places you get
exotic.
And I think there's a pretty good strategy for like PvP players that only play PvP like me. Like make them play PvE for like a weapon. For example, like the icebreaker. It forced me to play PvE to get the icebreaker. So I enjoy that. I enjoyed it.
Brad Warnock says, ongoing debate with friends. How would you rank classes for PvP, and are there any that are especially OP in your opinion? Let's not rate them, but are there any that are particularly OP right now?
Do you have sticky grenades available to you? If yes, get out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Stickies are annoying.
Stickies are all over the place right now. And I wouldn't even mind them if they didn't track like they did.
It's
like
the tracking, yes.
Oh
it's the
my
tracking.
God,
it's like you either give the player a grenade that is an instant kill that they have to actually aim, or you give it tracking and it doesn't instantly kill you.
But Watts,
the unnerfed
that's what I was gonna,
hunter grenade.
That's what I was going to joke
the
about.
trip mine.
Yeah, the trip mine. Every time I died from a trip mine stick, I was like, nice. You stuck me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I die from a fusion grenade, I'm immediately like, nice, easy grenade, bud.
How often have you seen a fusion grenade like sail 6 feet over your head and been like, haha, you're fucked?
And then it comes back around. Someone was talking about this, the stickies on my chat the other days, and they were saying that if they make it so where I didn't play Halo. I didn't play any Halo, but someone that played Halo said that if they will make it like Halo sticky grenades, in which whenever you stick someone, you were like a god. It was like really hard to do it.
It was very difficult.
So if they make it like that, I think it's pretty good.
The trip mine was the closest to the Halo sticky nade, but the Halo stickies were they had a very specific type of attempt that you had to do in order to get those. And when you did get a stick, it was the same type of response, like, wow, well done, you stuck me.
If you didn't get a stick, your grenade was worthless because it sailed 10 feet past the guy.
Yeah, it also had a very little blast radius around it.
Yeah. The other great thing about those trip mines is if you nail somebody right in the forehead, that unicorn.
Oh, the unicorn's amazing. And they're like trying to get it off. They're like, ah!
If you want a unicorn player still, please reconsider re-rolling as a gunslinger hunter, where it might not be as big of a unicorn horn, but it's still a unicorn horn. Where'd my knife go?
It is.
You're
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Big something else.
It'll never be the same.
No, it never will.
Yep.
No.
The light flashing.
Yeah.
The light flashing.
Yeah.
And then that light goes like 10 feet, so it's like really dramatic.
Yeah.
JJC Squirm says, what PvP playlist game type do you want to move on to Destiny 2? What playlist game types do you want to see Bungie add in Destiny 2? Enjoy the podcast. So what do you definitely want to see move as far as playlists go?
Control, trials. But that's already confirmed. Like they're gonna
changed.
To be honest, I don't think. What can they change about trials? I need help on this. Like, what can they do to make trials different from Destiny 1?
Go back to year one matchmaking.
They could just do improvements like spawn switching, like maybe locking in a loadout when you go in so people can't switch back and forth between things to make it more competitive. But I don't know what they could actually do to make it like different. Just
Trials
quality
2.0.
of life improvement.
So one thing that I really like seeing this patch.
Switch spawns.
Yeah, switch spawns, but I think MACM this past weekend when it was Earth and the maps were constantly changing, that was
nice.
That was really great. I love when they do that.
I like the theme around Earth Day. You know, that's a fun thing that they did. It would be fun if they did other themes like that. You know, the dead. You know, around Hawaii, Halloween or something like that, and have all the dead.
That
maps.
went over well.
Yeah.
No revive.
But yeah. Honestly, though, I would like to see competitive or game modes that involved multiple teams of 3.
Oh, that'd be fun.
You know, like so we have these big open maps, these vehicle maps. I think that if you had a game of like, have you guys, I forget the name of the game, but you had multiple teams, and you started armies on the same map at the same time, and you built up your army, and then you went to go attack them. Anyway,
like StarCraft.
Yeah, kind of like StarCraft.
Chinese checkers.
No. Chinese checkers. Let's go with Chinese checkers, Briar, because it's easier for you to understand.
Thank you.
Proof that he's a Titan. Okay, and so I would love for there to be like on those big maps, you know, control points where each team has a flag, a home base flag, like capture the flag or something like that. And you know you're working in teams of 3 against 3 or 4 other teams of 3.
I like that idea. Yeah. I especially like it if there's objectives.
And what about like
split your team up strategically?
Yeah.
What about like a headquarters from like COD? Do you guys think that can work on Destiny? Yeah. Like go to a certain spot and try to hold it as long as you can for points.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would be really fun. I definitely want to see Control move over. To me,
definitely Control.
You know, Trials has come to be, you know, Destiny's defining PvP experience, but in my heart, it'll always be Control because it's such a genius game mode where it really combines domination and team deathmatch into one really cool package. So I'd really like to see Control move.
Yeah, Control for me. I would like to see a real capture the flag. I know Rift is basically it's similar, but there's deathmatch involved in that. So if they took out the deathmatch completely and had capture the flag, where you legitimately had to have bring it to their base in order to score a point. That would be really cool. Or capture their flag. In other words, like have 2 flags at the same time. And then King of the Hill. I like King of the Hill.
That was a fun game mode.
Yeah.
You're right. I would love to see that.
Have it randomly change different spots. Yeah.
That's basically what headquarters is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
Yeah.
salvage is headquarters, but
I wanted to.
it's only a 3v3 game mode. So.
Some of the games that would be fun if you did the multiple teams map types. I remember in Halo where you had a VIP where you multiple teams and then one player was randomly designated the VIP, and the only way the other teams could score points is not by killing. Each player didn't score points, but by killing that one player, that one VIP. So you had to. While it promoted, you couldn't really camp, because you had to go out to get kills. And you had to stay together, you had to work together, and you had to keep that person alive. So sometimes you would sacrifice yourself to keep your VIP alive. Those kind of game modes were just a ton of fun. And I think of these fire teams of 3 that we've got going on in Destiny, and I think of the things that make us laugh and have a good time with our friends. And it's those kind of fun, social, team-based, not serious game modes that drew me in Halo.
Yeah.
It could be a lot of fun.
What if we had something that was PvP VE? So we also had like a big map with multiple teams.
Would love that.
Or 2 big teams, like 16 versus 16 with a lot of environment enemies at the same time. And kind of like Halo, how Halo Warzone really is doing right now. But
yeah.
But like,
I can't believe that's not in Destiny.
Right?
Like it seems
it
like
would fit very well in Destiny.
Designed for Destiny.
Yeah.
Explain it, Briar. Tefty, what are you guys talking about? It's
exactly what Tefty said. It's PvE combined with PvP. It's a PvP game mode, but there's PvE enemies in it, and you score points not only by killing the enemy team, but also by killing enemies,
world bosses,
PvE enemies. Yeah, world bosses
that show up. Yeah.
So we would be fighting against another team, and then some cabal would land in, and they'd be like, and then
Valistark shows up, and it's like suddenly Valistark is on the map, and it's like new target, go kill Valis, and whatever team kills him gets like a big jackpot of points. Or you can be
one team could do like 90% of the damage, and then the other team comes in, wipes out that team, finishes off the last 10%, and gets the points.
It's really fun. The thing with Halo is that it's not really it's not like a PvE game like Destiny is. And so the concept is great, but doesn't really, in my opinion, excel that well in Halo. But for Destiny, oh my God, it'd be incredible for Destiny because you have all these bosses.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would really work well.
Yeah.
It would.
I wouldn't mind getting a PvE, like a competitive, like a firefight kind of mode or a horde type of mode in Destiny. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved playing zombies, and I love playing firefight in Halo. I want to see those high rounds, man. I want to get out to 1,337, man. That's my goal. And every time I see one of those round-based games,
have rewards based on how far you go, and like once you reach a certain level, the rewards start repeating for you. So it's a really good way to get like legendaries or something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that would be very fun.
Pasta Power says quality of life improvement I'd love for Destiny 2. The ability to save multiple subclass setups for one button, switching from PvE to PvP. Good idea? Fuck yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a really good idea.
It would be nice.
And if you want to do that, you can use it in Destiny. Doesn't that have it? Yeah, Dim has that feature. So
it has it for your subclass?
Yeah.
You got change the nodes inside your subclass?
No,
I don't think it has. It has your loadouts.
It'll change your loadouts, your weapons, and your armor and stuff. But
that's a really good point.
Yeah,
Destiny item manager, if you're watching, make it happen.
I don't think the API has that ability.
It does, Patrick. They can do it.
All right.
If I know Rick, he's going to get on it.
He's doing it right now.
What's that?
You mean Dim Guy?
Dim Guy. Dim Guy is going to get it done. Dim Guy's not so dim.
You're playing as your hunter.
That's a great idea.
You're playing as your hunter, and you're like, I'm a tether right now, but you know it'd be really great if I just immediately swapped to Celestial Nighthawk Golden Gun that had over the ring, or the Deadeye, and over the whatever the perk it is to take out the Oversoul.
Deadeye.
Well, is Deadeye in over the range or over the hill or whatever? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The last column, it just automatically hit all those, swap into it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I always got to ask my rig team, which perks am I supposed to select?
The gunslinger has over the horizon. We have extra range to the golden gun, and it had Deadeye. I think it's the increased damage and accuracy.
Yeah. So you
everybody
click one button, or a wheel tile dialogue thing. Boom! It equips Celestial Nighthawk and specs your hunter for that. That'd be amazing.
Everybody
he would never use this feature because he'll only use Bones of EO.
Yeah, I only use Bones of EO, and I never change my loadout. So I never change my.
You know what? I heard some tension between Tefty and Patrick at the last podcast showdown.
Damn right.
He's like,
you're not gonna tether these enemies? Are you kidding me?
No.
The whole lantern phase. I think he made 2 orbs.
It was unbelievable.
No.
You were single-handedly
I missed one of my golden
the most useless hunter I've ever raided with. It was amazing.
Wow, Tefty. Wow.
It was incredible. I was like, no tethers. No, okay.
That was shots fired, man. He is a very bad hunter.
We still won, okay?
We did. There were times though that I honestly suspected you might be throwing it.
Yes.
I mean, yes. I'm not gonna say anything, but didn't we have to reset the Crota fight because Tefty died?
I forgot to grab the chalice. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
I don't think, but not choosing just to not do the Celestial Nighthawk for the Oversoul was a little fishy.
We already had Watts. And then I had 3 shots, and it's like, okay, I'll use it here. Pow, pow, pow. 1 sniper shot. It's good. It's not 1 shot, but it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
None of my loadout was optimal. I'm not trying to say it was.
Tether the left or right side for orbs? Nah. Golden gun. We're good.
Yeah. No, I shot the golden gun at some of the knights. See, it's like, boom, kill a knight. Boom, kill a knight. Kill the wizard.
They don't die in 1 shot.
Yeah, they do.
It wasn't quite killing the knight, right?
They don't.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
You cannot kill those knights with 1 golden gun shot. It is impossible.
It is impossible.
Then why was mine killing it with 1 golden gun shot?
Because we were weakening them for your lazy hunter ass.
End result was the same. They died in 1 shot.
All right.
Pasta Power says quality of life improvement. I just read that one. Arnes says, what year of Destiny has been the most fun? Year 1, or year 3? What do you guys think?
Year 1. It's what you said. It's a new game, something different, something I've never seen before.
We also got 2 DLCs, and at the end of the year, we got an expansion.
True.
Yeah, year 1.
True.
It's definitely year 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we had House of Wolves, and then a month later, a reveal for a new DLC. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
We had the Dark Below in December.
Yeah.
It was like you're hardly done raiding VOG. It wasn't like you've burnt out on the raid like you have with Kingsfall or Wrath of the Machine. This is like we got raids coming faster than we can do them.
Yeah.
I like year 3. I like where we are. I really like the Taken King. I like all this that's happening right now.
I like it too, but I would have liked it more if we got 2 DLCs in between.
Yeah.
I'm not consuming the content like at the level you guys are. So to me, it's been very well paced for the casual player.
Dazdalus says, is there any reason now as to why we can't have Nightfall matchmaking? That guy's got something. Beep, beep.
Is there any reason why we can't have Nightfall matchmaking? At this point,
no.
At this point, no.
Yeah. At this point,
Nightfalls didn't need it once they took away the whole go to orbit thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. If the go to orbit, when that was taken away, I think they significantly made the Nightfalls easier.
Yep.
Yeah.
So year 2 and year 3, they could have had matchmaking the whole time.
especially now that there's the perk that makes it like crazy. What is it called?
Daybreak.
Now, I mean, Daybreak, it makes it just into like an Inferno, strike playlist. It feels like it would be fun to get a group of people in and be able to play a round of Nightfall whenever, and just matchmake for it.
Christopher says, have any of you played the Uprising mode in Overwatch yet? And would you like to see a similar mode in Destiny 2? Big fan of the podcast. Keep it up. Thanks, Christopher.
I haven't played
I haven't played
it.
Overwatch is basically like a Firewatch mode or a Horde mode. It's a PvE mode, but you're playing on PvP levels, and you go to a certain spot, you defend that spot, you go to the next spot, you defend that spot, and then you escort one of those vehicles to the last spot. It's very much along the lines of like a Horde mode or something like that, and it's fun, but it's one level, and I played it for a couple of days, and it was fun for a couple of days. I'd rather see something much more in depth than that.
Yeah, they moved. They did something with when they adjusted Call of Duty the zombies mode. It went away from when it wasn't Treyarch, it was Infinity Ward, I think, and they did a version of zombies, and it was like, with aliens and these squishy. They went to something like that. It felt like there's like these different stages, and you were going to someplace with it. I didn't like it. It wasn't my favorite.
Shaquille Everett says, "What's that?
How many more do we have, by the way?"
Oh, we got all of them that you possibly want. Okay. Don't even worry about Patrick. I'll just keep going and going and going.
I think going.
You're able to run all the raids with 6 of one subclass, any subclass.
Gunslinger.
Which group would you have easiest succession? The easiest succession, right?
Night Stalkers.
Black Hunter or Titan?
I think Titan Bubble, maybe.
Yeah. Titan Bubble, 100%.
Night Stalkers.
6 bubbles. They just keep repeating bubbles, unlimited bubbles.
You got shields, you got weapons, you got everything.
Night Stalkers are great for the extra damage, but bubbles do both. They protect you and give you extra damage.
Yeah. It's true.
You don't really need protecting if you kill everything, though. So I'm going to go with Gunslingers.
You do. I'm raised with.
What? I'm fine.
I'm interested in this. You guys all stream, and you have communities that you work with. This is an idea that came up in Twitter. One of our listeners threw it at me. Each one of you pick your favorite subclass to run a strike through, right? And you have to get the rest of your viewers to do it with you, all picking the same subclass.
That already happens.
What's that?
Everyone I play with is already a Night Stalker. Everyone that wants.
Well, I'm just saying.
We're all Night Stalkers.
No, I don't know. I think they're intimidated by you, so they pick that inferior class. But let's just say that.
Just go for the god tier.
They're
Blade
all
Dancer.
Night Stalkers because they know.
So what I'm saying is that I'd like to see a race of see who can finish the raid the fastest. Sometime this next week. Next time we get on the podcast, everybody pick a subclass that they're going to main everybody on your raid team and try to clock the fastest time, just for fun. So what would be your subclass, Tefty?
I mean, every time I've been in a raid and we didn't have Titans, it usually is a problem. So
yeah,
it's always Titans are needed.
So you're going to run all Titans, Titan Defenders,
Titan
right?
Defenders, yeah.
I don't play Titan a lot on PvP and PvE, but you gotta go with the Titan because they're the fastest class.
Yeah.
They are the fastest.
You get weapons for everybody. You get an extra shield for everybody, so you have both survivability. You have more DPS for everyone. Yeah. It's not like and if you can keep on chaining those bubbles too. Again, I've raided a lot this past month, and when there's no Titan, I'm worried.
Yeah. And it's almost every raid, right?
I see everything that you're saying, and I understand it. And you're wrong. and I'm going to say
You're gonna go
gunslinger.
Gunslinger. I knew it.
Gunslinger.
Briar, which one of your warlocks are you gonna choose?
Man,
Which
Titans.
one?
I'm
Which
going
one?
with
No,
Defender.
you are not a
How
defender. Titan.
dare you?
Damn well
you
know it.
warlock main.
You are a warlock. Which one of your warlocks will you choose?
If we're doing a raid and I
Uh-huh.
need and I can only choose warlocks, it
that's your
depends on
main
the raid,
class,
but
right?
I'm gonna actually want I'm gonna want a selection of all three. I'm gonna want it spread.
Nope. You get
No,
one
it has
choice.
to be like one subclass only.
one of
That's the
your
thing.
one of your
Then I'm gonna
you know.
I'm gonna go Sunsingers so that
Yeah.
All right.
they don't die all the time on me.
Sure, your
All right,
survivability
so
is much higher.
Yeah.
Briar's doing Sunsinger. You know, same. Tefty's gonna do the Defender Titans. Patrick's doing Gunslinger Hunters, and Watts is doing her
Night Stalker.
her Night Stalkers. And sometime between next podcast, we'll see. You know what time you clock.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, I can agree to that.
All right.
Okay.
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 It'll be fun.
My heart is for my heart is for Patrick to win because he's a gunslinger, but I know Teft is gonna win with the Titan.
It's like everybody on Patrick's team is gonna land on Venus and then just scatter.
Yeah, and make 2 orbs.
Hey, back.
It's not
You're-
about the orbs. It's
If
about
that's
what
like,
you
hello?
killed.
Well,
Hello?
which raid are we talking about here? Vault of Glass.
Mm,
Sure.
We're talking. Let's
Vault of-
pick a Vault of Glass is an OG run, right? You have to do Vault of Glass on the current light level. You do not have to do the challenges, and but you do get bonus points for doing the challenges. It's the same
This is
rule.
the whole thing. You got to
No, no.
wait it up, Pope.
No,
You gotta
I
write
got
it
it.
up.
Yeah,
I got it.
I think you
I
gotta
got
write
it.
this
know
up.
that
Up.
Tev's gonna win because he's got defenders. Like I feel like defender is clearly the right answer here.
Well,
It
we'll
just
find
is.
out. We're just gonna find out. If you warlocks are really as good as you think. All right.
Nopedian Aspect says, how do you aim throwing knives properly?
all right. So my secret for throwing knives is I don't know. It might take a while for you to adjust it, but I'm used to see this control. I use the jumper bottom layout because I like to jump and shoot at the same time with like perfect aim. And I switch my melee to the R3, this button right here. And it's just perfect for me because it doesn't matter the angle the enemy is. Since it's in the joystick, I move it towards the angle and just press the button. So my answer is just try to adjust using your melee to the R3 button.
You're having your aim and the activation of the melee happen with one
And this-
finger.
Exactly.
So you can
exactly.
aim and push
That's
for the
brilliant.
knife.
Yeah.
That is really smart.
Yeah.
That is the key to the
It's simple,
throwing
but
knife.
brilliant. Why hasn't Patrick told us about this?
What?
He's
Oh,
unwilling to change his controls.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I use default loadout, and then I have a scuff, so I just jump with a different button, and then still press the normal melee button. And like if you want to get the feel for the throwing knife aim assist a little bit more, aim down sights with your weapon, and then throw the knife because then you'll have like a better idea of where it's going to go, and then you can kind of start not doing that and get a feel for where throwing knives are then going to go. And then after a while, it's just you know it's all second nature to you. If you practice something enough, you'll eventually get good at it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You have a better chance.
My guitar begs to differ.
Yeah, but what Patrick said is really important. When I normally use the Aegis Una hand cannon, and when I point at the enemy, for example, if they're like 10 feet in front of me, and I point at their head and shoot them, and quickly press the R3, the knife is gonna go directly where I shoot the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a good way to it's a reference point, if you say.
Oh,
You
it does
shouldn't
go
just
exactly where you shoot it.
Yeah.
Pro tips.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Up to a
Gunslinger
certain
tips.
point, yes.
Twisted Fate says, would you like to see some form of trading in Destiny 2?
No.
Yes.
Very minimal. It's got to be
Yes, I would like.
at the drop reward.
Go ahead, Tefty.
When the screen
Yes.
drops.
Yeah.
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 You have a moment of time of like maybe 3 minutes or whatever in the span of at the end of a raid or main activities. Maybe when you drop to the lighthouse, right? Something like that, where you have that time where you can trade with only those people in the party, and then that's it.
Yep. I love it. Uncharismatic says, do you see the Adept Kingsfall and Wrath primaries getting used often in comparison to the Adept Vogue or Crota primaries, or just used when bored?
Use if you have nothing else.
Yeah, I see more Vogue. I think I see Vogue the most in general.
Because they're better weapons on their own.
They are really great.
Yeah.
They are
the Vision
amazing.
of Confluence is like by far the best exotic
So
right now
good.
primary.
Yeah, it's so
Vision of
good.
Confluence.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Vision of Confluence is actually better than Mida. Like I was struggling getting Mida kills, and I just swapped to Vision of Confluence, and it's like, oh, this is easy.
This is beauty personified.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is vision.
I got to say, the Genesis Chain is an amazing weapon. It's a lot of fun.
Genesis Chain is great.
It is good.
The Chaos Dogma is great. There's other good weapons, but the Vision.
Vision's phenomenal. No doubt about it. But when I pull out the Genesis Chain, I'm always surprised. I'm like, God, I can almost treat this thing like a scout rifle sometimes with Firefly.
Michael says, should dual wielding be in Destiny 2? If so, how would you like this to be handled?
Ooh. Really good up close, but then it has to. But then if there's shotguns, it has to be better than a shotgun.
Dual
So they
wielding, you
need
mean
to-
like having like guns in both hands? Okay,
Yes.
I see it. Okay.
Kimbo.
I don't know about.
Because that's how it works in COD, right? Where they're close range weapons.
You lose the
And they're good
ability to
for
aim
that,
down
but-
sight as well.
Right. You lose the ability to have a kind of
Yeah.
long distance accurate
There's
shot.
low aim assist as well. They take away a lot of the aim assist.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see no good. I've heard no good things from it from you guys. Then it's like all. What's
It's
the
fun.
takeaway?
It's fun.
Fun.
Okay,
It's
then
all
hell yeah.
I
think
let's
it's
do it.
If
fun.
they were
Hell yeah.
exotic and
Halo-
they did something cool.
In Halo, I used to use it up close
The SMGs, the dual
Yeah.
wielding SMGs in
and
Halo
just
2.
melt people. Yeah.
It was fun, and it was fun to do in the raid, in PvE. So you would take I really love to take the blaster pistol, the charged up blaster pistol,
Yeah.
and then the alien weapon, and then the pea shooter, the green pea
Yep.
shooter, and then the human pistol, charge it up, and take off an enemy's shield and pop with my pistol. So it gave the gameplay dynamics a little more fun. You could choose the up close personal like a brute shotgun pistol and then the needler, and you'd load up something with needles, and then you come in there close and then melee them, and you could take out a PvE enemy that had a lot of shield and health if you went into the engagement right. So I
I'd
liked it.
forgotten that you could dual wield separate types of weapons too. That's
Oh
right.
yeah,
In
it was
Halo, you
fun,
could.
man.
That was
it was
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, hold X to pick up that and put it in your left hand. Yeah.
And then Y and the you got the.
It's fun.
But it was fun. You could do and then the alien weapons were always a blast. I think that's something that I would really love to see for Destiny 2. Is
Alien
that
weapons?
Fun weapons?
when
Fun alien weapons.
Stop. So when we kill an enemy on the battlefield, that we should be able to use their weapon. I like what they do in what's the one that the alloy, the one we were just playing, Horizon
Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. I like that when I think you should be able to shoot a Cabal Centurion, and he's got the rockets that come out of the jet. You should be able to kill him and knock those off, and maybe that's a limited one-time use thing where you could just pick it up and go pop 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 pom at the
Like
next
Like the
guy.
so
swords that the Knights drop.
Yeah,
Or
things
the-
like that. Pick up
those,
enemy weapons, and PvE should be as fun as hell. Should be space magic. Should be picking up shit and shooting stuff and being badass.
Wouldn't it be so amazing if like
Agreed.
you could actually knock off pieces of armor for enemies to take them down in different ways?
And think about it. If you use, they could tie it to the elemental primary of their shield. If you used a explosive weapon that was matching of the elemental primary of that boss, it had a higher likelihood of knocking that weapon off and it being reusable. If you use like a void rocket launcher with a solar shielded one, that it would destroy it, and it wouldn't be there. So it would incentivize maybe proper loadouts or teams going with 3 different types of elemental heavies, things like that.
How badass would it be if you shot off one of the void torch hammers or torch shots from the Templar? Be like, oh, let me go pick that up real quick.
Yeah.
How badass would it be for all 3 of you? Like maybe a Titan would be the only one to be able to pick up one of the Cabal shields. If you had a Titan on, you pick up a Cabal shield and then like, boom, place it into the ground, and then you have a new rally point
piece
around
of cover.
that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
How
idea.
badass would it be like a hunter having in one hand a golden gun and in another hand like the blade ends?
Another golden gun.
Or 2 golden guns.
I just want a real
Golden.
bow. I just want a real bow.
A compound bow? Space compound bow?
I want a bow.
I do.
I want a bow.
I
bow
really
would be
want
fun.
that.
A bow, but I want it to work. I want it to have travel time. Like, I don't want it to be a hit scan weapon. I want that arrow to shoot.
Oh, yeah,
and,
no.
have an
Can
arc.
it be like Drake's Promise, exactly the same, but a bow?
What? Where it locks onto a target and goes.
Yes. Yes, I want a lock-on bow. Yes, that sounds amazing. Let's make that happen.
I would love to be able to utilize the enemy weapons in ways that make the engagements more fun and challenging. You could do challenges at that point, like killing going through a level with only alien weapons.
Or like that could be the challenge mode for the fight where you have to kill the boss with its own weapon or something like that. Just like in World of Warcraft, how there's an achievement to kill one of the bosses in Wrath of the Lich King with his own hammer of light. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Sweet.
The Mohegan 9 says, if someone waves at you, do you shoot first or wave first?
Depends.
Mm.
And do I
if
feel
I'm
like my
already
life is at risk?
Am I already shooting them?
I mean, it's a PvP match. Both
you
come
have
around
to
the
be-
corner, and he starts waving. What do you do?
I
Chance.
usually
I shoot him. I shoot him.
them.
Yeah, I'm
usually shoot
shooting,
them
man.
and then
I'm shooting.
I'm shooting. I'm shooting. I
And
don't
then I
trust-
yelled at my teammates, don't worry, I got that guy. Nailed him.
Yeah.
I try my best to wave, but usually I don't notice it
Usually
right
it
away.
catches me by surprise.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm just like, sorry.
Later on, I'll wave after, even if they're shooting. Be like, I try to hit him with the
My
wave
favorite is that guy who waves every time he sees me. Love that guy.
My Katie.
But is he
Jason.
better than the guy that waves every time he kills you?
Way better.
back.
Can confirm.
I had a group in trials, just say hi in their spawn, and sit there and dance, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But I went over there and I said hi, but then I kind of wanted them to pick up their guns and fight,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
we
But it's a
wiped
nice
them.
gesture. I feel like it's a
It
nice
is.
gesture.
It is.
You know?
I mean, I guess if I was doing a carry or something, but I was the carry. Never mind.
Like I like when somebody waves at me during a Crucible match, I remember that guy's name. That's kind of cool, like, hey, you recognize me. That's thank you. And then we can go on continuing our Crucible match. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's very cool. As opposed to if you teabag me, then I will curse your name under my breath for the rest of my life.
Big fan. Sorry for the bags. I was nervous.
Big fan. Love you.
Evan Myers says, do you think PvP activities like Iron Banner, Trials, and SRL will come back in Destiny 2 with new changes or stay back in Destiny 1?
SRL can stay in Destiny 1.
SRL was fun. Shut your face.
Trials is going to be back. Iron Banner, I'm pretty sure it's going to be back. But the question is, what difference can they make? SRL, I'm fine. But Trials and Iron Banner, I'm pretty sure they're going to bring it back. But
some
with which
form.
differences, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think. I don't think Trials today is going to be in Destiny 2. I think it's going to be different.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think they're going to reinvent it.
At the very least, I'd be surprised if it's there day one. Like if we see that Osiris banner for the DLC, It wouldn't surprise me if they hold off bringing Trials of Osiris back until that DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give it time to breathe, give it a rest a little bit, because people have been going hard on Trials week in, week out for 2 years now. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if they gave it a rest, allowed it to breathe a little bit, and then it brought it back with some changes and some modifications. But still called it Trials of Osiris.
I mean,
maybe added a PvE component to it.
I hope we meet Osiris. Get to
for sure.
Maybe get the Trials directive directly from him. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I want to see what's under that cloak,
Brother Vance?
You would.
Yeah. Jeremy says, now that all the Adept Raid primaries are out, will any of them be in your loadout on a regular basis? I think we talked about this kind of already, right?
Yeah, similar question.
I mean, this week it's Arc.
The legendaries are more valuable almost across the board than the Adepts.
Well, this week it's Arc.
Unless it's a specific burn.
Fatebringer.
Yeah.
And it's fun to bring in Fatebringer this week.
It is. It is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Arc Burn, the Necrochasm is also a lot of fun.
Yep. Necrochasm is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So is Zala Supercell.
Always fun to use the
Zala. Let's see here with 3 more questions left and we're done. DKM 1974. Hi guys, are you able to discuss DCP's involvement with GuardianCon this year?
Yes, but I will talk about it a little bit, but we have Gothalion on June 22nd, and that's going to be the week before GuardianCon, and we're going to have some really great conversations with him about what we're doing there and more specifics. But we also have Professor Broman on in May 4th, so coming up here pretty soon next week. And with Professor Broman, we're going to be talking about specifics of our involvement there. Well, more general things. But yeah, we're going to be doing a signing, where we get to sit down and do sign something special for you guys. Do you guys want to talk? Do you want me to talk about that? Do you want me
to hold off just a little bit longer? Just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
All right. So Patrick wants me to. Patrick doesn't want me to tell you about this awesome thing that we have going on at GuardianCon. That's going to be. So make sure to hit him up on Twitter if you want me to talk about it, because right now he's the only one keeping me from telling you all about this really awesome thing. There's only going to be a limited release. The only way you're going to get it is you're going to be at GuardianCon, and you're not going to want to leave without it. So, and we're going to have a couple special events that you're going to get to hear us live. You're also going to get to hear a lot of our past and future guests live. But you also if you're going to be at GuardianCon, there's going to be something special that is only going to be for people that are there, and an opportunity for you to ask questions to us directly instead of over Twitter. Okay.
Yep. Perfect. I think we're almost ready to talk about it.
Almost ready. Just need to
ready.
Yeah.
Get
but
a couple
really
more things
cool.
Secured away. But yeah, you guys are gonna like.
It's gonna be awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watts will be giving tattoos at the booth, right?
Yep. I will
She's
be
a licensed professional.
Right at it.
How has your drawing come along? Last time I saw you were still using like the crayons and butcher's paper.
I've moved up to actual pencils now, so getting almost ready for that needle for GuardianCon.
I can't wait.
I'm first in line.
I'll be last in line, hoping that it moves real slow. Real Good Murph says, Destiny 2 must have a D-pad consumable system. Do you agree? And how would it affect your gameplay?
If there are consumables, they need to be usable from a D-pad. Yes.
Or have the menu not take 12 years to load up.
That too.
Would also work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that you should be able to map heavy ammo to a button on your D-pad.
Yep.
I mean, that just seems like that's a no-brainer right there. You're running the raid and whatever, and for you to be such a detriment to your team to go into the menu and
then die.
I mean, Die. I mean, it's silly.
You know what else is silly? Is a cooldown timer after you wipe. I was talking about this actually last night, and I think the solution is that whenever you wipe, just give us the ammo back. It's okay. Just fill up the ammo. It doesn't matter. It's okay that we suddenly have heavy and special again. It's okay. It's not hurting anything. We'd have to wait 5 minutes anyways to pop a scent. So just refill our heavy ammo and our special, and then you can keep your cooldown timer. Because I get it. If
Sorry
to
interrupt.
No, that's fine.
One of the worst moments in Destiny's history was when the Dark Below, when Crota was raid, and you could not buy heavy ammo anywhere for like 2 months straight. The game was glitched, so Xur wasn't bringing it. There's no way to buy it. So everybody would wipe at Crota, lose all their heavy ammo, and then they would do the No Land Beyond glitch where you had to unload your primary weapon.
Oh, yeah.
And then use an icebreaker. Anyhow, so you'd have 6 people in the crystal room firing No Land Beyond. Bam!
Oh, God.
Bam! But it was sick. Oh, my God. I swear to God, it would give me like a migraine headache. Like, come on. Bring back the heavy. It was the worst. Mo Islam, do you think Age of Triumph is a fitting end for Destiny?
Yes.
I think so. That book is, I mean, I haven't completed yet, and I haven't even thought about it, but for PvE players, I think it's really good and really a really good ending to the Destiny 1.
Yeah. I like how it
gives you
really
something to grind,
PvE
like
and
to end the
PvP
game
into one book, right? Trials of Osiris is represented, which I thought was really missing from the Moments of Triumph book in the past. The Crucible play, all 3 of your classes are in there. Like it really is. The book is cool. Having all the raids be current, it feels like a nice send off to all 4 of the raids. It's a really cool send off to Destiny.
It's a good way to leave the game too afterwards, because people will come back to Destiny 1 after Destiny 2 comes out, maybe a year later or something, and want to check it out, and it'll be playable. It'll be fun stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm a little upset about, actually I'm a lot upset about, it really kind of eats me alive from the inside out. I feel like I'm dying slowly inside because of this. All of the record books on my characters are completed 100%. All of them. All right? The SRL record book, I need 1 race to be won to close it out to 100%.
Can you not do that in a private match?
No!
Shouldn't have waited, man. Shouldn't have waited.
No!
You know what?
No!
I got to be honest with you.
No!
This makes
I'm
me
enjoying
happy.
this.
I'm at 80.
This really does. Patrick, this brings a lot of joy to my heart.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm going to sleep
right
better
there.
tonight. That
All I need to do is finish first place
record
one
book.
Mars race. It's just
Bungie, if you guys are listening, please don't ever bring back SRL. Just so that thing never ticks to 100% for Pope.
God.
That would make me so happy.
Up a freaking wall. Every
This
one of
state.
them's complete except for that one.
He needs to stay in this state.
Oh man.
That's great.
I hate it, but it's an awesome system.
God, I love it.
love it. I love the
Yeah,
I love the Age of Triumph.
It's a nice addition to Destiny.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. That's all the Twitter questions we got. If you ever ask a question to be answered on the podcast every Thursday around noon, I will send out a call to action and just reply to that tweet. And that's where I select the Twitter questions from.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this week. This was episode 30. If you want to find more of me, I am at Holtzmann_YT on Twitter. Come say hi to me. I'm posting pictures of all the food I'm eating. I actually probably should be doing that.
You should. You should post pictures of boozy milkshakes.
Oh my God, those were so good.
They were
So
good.
go follow me there, and you can find my Twitch and Twitter and YouTube.
Why didn't we get a video of Dado does sleeping? That's what I
because
wanted.
it was on my stream. I was
So
streaming.
it was a live Dado.
Yeah, it was a live Dado.
He was
sleeping.
taking
Like,
a
You get
nap.
background?
He was taking a nap on your stream?
Yeah, like he came over to use my internet, and he was sitting right there in that chair. And then he was like, you know what? I'm just going to go lay on the bed so people stop asking where's Dado, but they could still see him, and then you can just slowly watch him go from like from sitting up to kind of laying down to putting his head back, and he's just out.
A live Dado does sleeping.
Dado does naps.
Dado does naps. That's great.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Briar Rabbit channel on YouTube or streaming here on Twitch every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Or look me up on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can catch the streams I do, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. Typically start around 6 p.m. Pacific time. And YouTube stuff at Twitch. YouTube Tefty Teft. That's what it is. Yeah.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Miss 5000 Watts.
Mac.
I am MACM. You can find me on Twitter as I_MACM_I. Same as Twitch, I_MACM_I. I stream Thursdays. I stream sweats 4v4s. And the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I stream Trials of Osiris.
I still need that carry. It was per contract, so.
I heard you do double carries too. So
yeah, double Briar. Yeah, the three of us.
I can do it though.
You can.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's a tall order, man. All right, and this has been Pope Bear. You can follow me on Twitter at Pope Bear. And obviously crashing these guys' streams. Make sure you tune in next week. We've got Professor Broman coming on. Really excited to talk about his new cooking streams that he's been doing with his wife, and a bunch of fun stuff that's happening with their visit to St. St. Jude's visit.
St. Jude, yeah.
And then and he's got a ton of stuff going on for GuardianCon. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in next week.
Awesome.
Before we go, can I ask 1000 Watts to just shout out the Destiny Latin American community real quick? Just a quick.
Of course.
They've been asking like, make 1000 Watts say hi to us. Can you say hi to them?
They're fans of yours, Miss Watts.
Yeah.
Hello. Who was it specifically? I didn't see.
It's just everyone.
Everybody.
There have been a lot of requests from his community. Just
guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your love. It's amazing seeing so much hype in the chat. It's the most hype chat we've ever had.
Yeah, very hype.
Like,
yeah,
this is the most hype.
For the audio listeners of the podcast, we usually have like a lot of discussions and stuff going on. We've had that, but it's been about 75% just MACM's chat, just being absolutely crazy, spamming hype and all these other emotes.
It's awesome.
Very
awesome.
Energetic.
Can you guys let me like thank them in Spanish real quick?
Of course.
Nada, muchachos, gracias a todos por pasar por el podcast. Thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast. I had a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. Gracias por estar conmigo en este podcast. Los quiero aunque apesten a bacon, ¿está bien? Los quiero. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.